The Don and Mike Show.
Want to participate in a Don and Mike Show contest? How about this? You or a member of your household can only win once for 60 days. You must comply with any age limitations for each contest. For complete contest rules, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the mighty WJFK, P.O. Box 3649, Washington, D.C. 20007. Thank you, and God bless.
Don and Mike, there'll be no mollycoddling.
You see if your mom can give my resume to Dennis Phillips? Because if I could get in a Broadway show, then I would have done it all. Film, television, and theater. The only thing left to be radio. That's just for ugly people.
37 minutes after the hour. Good afternoon. You are up next.
Hello?
Yes.
Wait, let me turn down my radio.
Okay, sure.
I'd like to say I came across your program by accident, and this is one of the more informative programs I've ever heard. And I've never called a radio show before, but I was drawn to call on this topic.
Yes. Thank you very much for doing so.
Absolutely, and I think you're an excellent interviewer. No matter who your guest is, you're forcing them to answer the questions that we're all waiting to hear the answers to, and we appreciate that.
Thank you.
What's going on in South America is, of course, relevant to everything that happens in this hemisphere, but I feel that the World Bank is committing acts of ass play when forcing people to eat BM on the Don and Mike Show.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much. There is really no telling, is there? I am personally offended by this. Don't do it again. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to. You're gone. You're gone. You're gone. Don't call me again.
Stay tuned for your shot at Big Bucks. Secret Sound, only on the Don and Mike Show.
This episode deals with the inappropriateness of racial invectives and contains coarse racial slurs. Viewer discretion is advised.
Everybody loves Don and Mike.
And yes, the rumors are true. They smoke, they drink, they use bad language in mixed company. They're extremely rich and they can flash more bling than most posses in this room. Rock stars they are, and God bless them for that.
You can call Don and Mike anytime from anywhere in America. 877-365-3636. They're ready to believe you.
Have I told you you're my favorite?
I don't know that one.
I thought it was going to be a better one than that. Nah, screw it. No, now I got to get it out. Thank you.
No, he's not retarded. A bitter cold night. The Giants, with a victory against the Eagles tonight, could reduce the edge to a half a game. Not on camera now. We're in Philadelphia at Franklin Field. The score, the New York Football Giants 13, the Philadelphia Eagles 9.
I'll drink to that.
All that aside, I've never been a big fan of debt.
Death can be an asset. Death tightens a company.
Does wonders for the sphincter, too.
I don't like you. Probably never will. You're a smug, unhappy little man, and you treat people like they were idiots.
Go F yourself, douchebag.
Flop the nut straight.
That's it. What the f*** you talking about, that shit? Take it back, man.
Yes. No more. No. Not tonight. This son of bitch all night. He threatened me.
Well, you feeling satisfied now, Teddy? Because I can go on busting you up all night.
Yes.
He beats me. Straight up. Pay this man his money.
I call it trouble with a capital T.
I've had it up to here with the likes of you people.
Okay. Hi, Don and Mike.
Welcome to our show.
Hey, Don and Mike. What you don't know could sell a book.
The Don and Mike Show. And they'll say what they wish.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
Well, I thought they'd be. Why are they wearing white suits? Here's the guys who dug me out last night. Oh, no, they didn't. They didn't. Came in tanks. Came on horses.
Our true story. He was a neo-Nazi with one true enemy. Himself. A man of faith. A man of hate. And a soul torn apart. Viewer discretion advised.
Beware! You didn't even see the ones in submarines. And secretive. And good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Beckler and all the ships at sea. Hey, say hi to the best duo I've seen. The daughter on 24 put on that white beater last night.
Yeah, with that nipple ribbon or what? Right. And hello, and thank you for listening, everybody. Don and Mike Show. A new episode. We're live. Barely alive. On this Wednesday. February 19. I don't know that one. 19erd. And here's your phone number from anywhere in America. 877-365-3636.
Hi, Don and Mike. Buzz Burbank here.
There he is. Hi, and welcome to the show, everybody. I know we've said it a lot. We get this feeling when we've come off one of our Johnny Carson vacations, one of our lengthy vacations, where we say, oh, it's so good to get back. But really, after 2 feet of snow and 5 days being in the house, I'm really ready to come in here today. Nothing was going to stop me today. Now, we just explain at least my situation, and I have to thank somebody out here. I'm going to thank him right now because I hope he's listening. One great thing, listen, if you do anything in your life, I urge you to go out and get a radio show. And I'm going to tell you why. First, you're going to have lots of fun, right? It beats working. It does indeed. You stay at it for a while. You make some nice cake. You make wonderful friends. And occasionally, you can take to the airwaves just to give a message to the government, the local government.
And to make a personal plea.
As I did yesterday at approximately 5:15. I called the station, and I think some guy named Alex was running the board. I don't know who this Alex is. Could have been Alex Trebek for all I know. Right. I called the hotline. Alex, it's Don. Put me on right away. Okay, what we're doing, put me on right away. So it was right after the traffic report. And I got on and I said, hey, it's me. And I mentioned the suburb I live in. And then it had been 4 days without a snowplow.
There are still people around the area that have not been plowed out.
Now, this snowstorm going up and down the East Coast, varying amounts of snow. And here's the thing that was very deceiving, that if you were not living in the metro area, Washington, Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York, that got 2 feet plus of snow, you would see a reporter on TV down in front of the White House. And you would see pavement, and you would see cars driving by, and I'm sure you would think, well, where the frig are Don and Mike? Well, the deal is, we live in the suburbs. And in the suburbs, they don't come and plow you out.
No.
And I ask you not that we had, before we started the blowing and drifting, 25 inches of snow out on my patio. And this was the one area that wasn't blowing or drifting. And down by the end of our driveway, we had a snowdrift that was nearly 4 feet high.
Sure.
There was snow up to our coccyxes
and beyond.
Now, again, you watch the ads on TV where they have the four-wheel drives driving through the snow. I am telling you, you get 2 feet of snow, you can have an 8-wheel drive, and it's worthless as evidenced by the fact, and this was part of the ongoing argument over the weekend with my wife and I, as I would continue to get frustrated about the fact that there weren't any plows, and I was sure that I have a 4-wheel drive that somehow I could make it up the street. One of my Dick neighbors has a Humvee, okay, which is just if you're just desperately, why not just get a sign and put it on the front of your car in neon letters that says, I make a lot of money. Yes. I mean, really, I drive a nice SUV. Mike has a nice SUV. Even Rob has a nice SUV. But you go over the top.
I don't have a nice SUV.
Well, you have a nice pickup. You have a nice sports car.
Yeah, I have a nice sports car, and I have a pickup truck.
But your sports car is.
My sports car is tucked away under a warm little blanket in the garage somewhere. My sports car, I do not believe, will see daylight
for another 3 months.
But here's my point with the Humvee.
Yes.
Okay, it's the car that Arnold Schwarzenegger killed his dog in.
That's right.
Isn't it the rich man's off-road vehicle?
Like 80 grand or something?
And it is also the car that's used by the Army. I mean, when we were in Afghanistan and junk like that,
right,
our guys drive Humvees.
Sure.
Well, my wife said that she had been out walking and, trying to get through the snowdrift, and our neighbor who has the Humvee now, not the H2, which I'm told is like the white trash version of the Humvee.
So that's not this is the elaborate Humvee, right?
The H2 was released by Hummer for the more common man that can afford to spend only $70,000 or $65,000 on a car.
There was an actual Humvee, a real Hummer, the real thing, that was really stuck on our street.
Oh, how much they cost?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Amazingly ridiculously expensive. Even this thing was stuck on our street.
And they're not, when I see one, first of all, I didn't know they cost that much. When I see one, I think that the reason they cost that, they're not certainly fancy looking. They just look like they're battle ready. They look like they can handle any type of element.
Well, they're not, and obviously because my neighbor that has one thought that because he had the Humvee, he could get to the top of the street. Well, he couldn't. So my street is littered with I live at the bottom of a hill, and the street is littered with cars that have tried to get out.
You live at the bottom like of a cul-de-sac, which is, according to the guy that I was talking to, the guy that plowed me out yesterday, the guy, he said if you're at the bottom of a cul-de-sac, in that kind of an environment, he said that's where a lot of people can't go. Right?
Well,
it's where a lot of trucks won't go.
Right. I want to thank, and last night, I was like, all I can think was like, I was, the feeling that a person at the end of a war gets when you see the good guys coming over to save you. This was the feeling that I had.
Right.
When you called me, it was like when Steve Martin got the new phone book in The Jerk. You were just like, I'm sorry to call you again, but the snowplow is here. I gotta go.
I was out of my mind.
I was so happy.
I get the call from the neighbor of the street, says, hey, there's with a front loader on its way down the street.
Wow.
The guy got down in front of our house, and I was standing out there. I had a big flashlight, and I'm just standing there, and I'm doing this.
Applauding.
And the guy
Freedom!
Here's why you got to get your own radio show.
Right.
Is that the guy says to me, and I'm going to give you his name here in a second. Guy says, "Is that you, Don?" And I say, "Yes, it is." And he says, "We need you back at work."
That's great.
This guy, not only now, Frida and I had spent most of the day digging out our driveway, 25 inches of snow. And this guy went over and beyond the top of being so nice. A lot of times what they'll do is they'll come down, if you live in a cul-de-sac like I do, they'll plow out the street and all of the excess snow just gets turned into like a 3-mile high wall in front of your driveway.
That has really, friends that I was talking to some friends that had been plowed yesterday when I hadn't been, and they were saying, they got their street done, but they couldn't get, because it was not just snow, it was that, that heavy, melted, refrozen, caked crap that you got to kind of chisel through it, and it's tough. It's tough to get through it.
This guy, really went above and beyond. What he did was, because he had the front loader thing and the thing that moved around on a dime.
Yeah, those things are the best. I mean, really, for the unbelievable snow, those are better than even the regular plows.
Not a plow, really, more like a bulldozer type thing.
Yeah, and that's what they use on a lot of the highways. Right?
What he did was he actually plowed out where he met the point where Frida and I had spent most of the day digging out, so we actually had a way to just get the car out and then get it up the street. Not only that, he did the entire cul-de-sac.
Right.
He cleaned out by where my kid's car is, did all this above and beyond, and I went down there and I said, well, I don't know how to thank you, and I gave him $20, and I said, go have a six-pack.
Right.
And the guy said, I would be insulted by taking that money. I'm here doing my job, and I said, well, I would be insulted if you didn't take the money, because I appreciate it. And the guy's name is Jeff Filior. He works for the state of Virginia.
All right.
And this is the point of the story. If you want to get something done in this world, get yourself a radio show.
And go on the air. So your street where you live is not, you don't have like your homeowners like pay a guy or contract. You are still that's a town, state street that's state maintained.
And if not,
that's why you get effed, because they deal with everything besides you.
If not for American hero Jeff Filyaw, who heard me on WJFK yesterday,
right?
Very likely today, the only alternative I would have had was, and God, I didn't want to do this, was to hike 1.5 miles to the nearest road that had been plowed out. And I had called Rob last night and said,
you said the same thing to me when I offered to pick you up, because I'd gotten out earlier, and I guess what time? 4 o'clock, 4:30, something like that. 6 o'clock by the time, because the guy busted a belt on his head. I'm going to give my thanks to my buddy later, but you made that comment the way you said it was, that would require a 1 mile long hike through the snow. Because we were already doing the contingency of how to get you out of where, and I know you didn't want to. No. I mean, you certainly love this show, and you love our listeners, but you didn't want to do the 1 mile long. And I can speak with authority that the trudging through that crap.
And I'm talking about 2.5 feet of snow.
Yeah.
With no plow that had gone through yet. I'm just imagining me walking through all of that, but I had decided to do it.
You probably would have been able to walk through the tire tracks of people that had made certain amounts of progress before they got stuck. But that is still, even when I've been trying for 3 days, because I haven't picked up a shovel, trying to walk through my own footprints to get from where I was plowed to my house, you still slip and fall and do all that horrible stuff. I don't want to sound like a wimp, but this is more snow than I've ever seen in this area.
I finally resigned myself to the fact. I called Robbie, and I said, okay, I'm going to walk the 1.25 miles, however far it is, meet you tomorrow at 2 o'clock, see you at the restaurant, goodbye. Hang up, which is why, Rob, you were my first call. I was so excited because I had resigned myself to the fact that our street was just not going to be plowed. It was going to be like the...
You were going squirrely yesterday.
Like the blizzard of 96. Yeah. And, I've got plenty more to tell you, including, everything from I ended up with a broken toe to the problem with my...
It's like a football season for you.
Problem with my wife's car, which was totally my fault, to the balls-out fight that we had, to the drunk poker game that we had, to the point where it finally got yesterday where it was just... It was freaking maddening. Just maddening. Watching television, watching other people getting out, doing stuff, able to walk places, and for all of the goofing we've done about bread, milk, and toilet paper...
I felt like the biggest a-hole last night when I finally got out.
Yesterday...
I felt like an idiot. When I picked up that toilet paper, I felt like every idiot that I've put down for 20 years.
Never again. I mean, no, what am I saying, never again? I'm going to do it the next time we get a snowstorm. But we did run out of milk, and we did run out of bread, and we were scrambling because we didn't have any, and you don't realize...
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Rely on that.
I'm on this diet where I have these EAS protein shakes, and I make them with milk.
Yeah.
So we had like a half gallon of milk. And I think on day 3 of the storm, I came downstairs, and I was just out of my freaking mind that my kid had poured a gigantic glass of milk and had about 2 sips, and then decided I didn't really want the rest. And down the sink. Oh. And I'm looking at it, I'm going, this is all I have to eat. This is all I got.
When I got sprung last night...
Thank God I'm out. Thank you, Jeff Filyaw.
Can I thank my guy now?
Yeah, please.
Okay, Colin is the brother of my landlord, John, and he dug me out yesterday, and he had 6 calls that he was going on to after mine that he was, they were all waiting for him. These guys with the plows... and we put it in perspective because I was watching him go up. I've got a very long driveway that goes up a hill, and you just don't get up this hill. And this guy had a big truck with 2-wheel drive, and he was plowing this thing and threw a belt on his engine. And we had to go take him down. When he finally got me out, my buddy was there, John, and he got us out, and we went down, got him a fan belt, and then, he just went above and beyond the call of duty to do this. And the first thing I did when I got sprung... Because I was out of everything, I was free. My mistake was that over the weekend I had spent Saturday night and Sunday night in town, like at a place that was like right on a main drag.
At a hotel, right?
My idiocy was that at 9:30 in the morning, because I'm a moron, because I'm a total moron, I had driven back to my house because I wanted to just make sure everything was okay.
Sure.
And I got my four-wheel drive vehicle torquing up this little back road I have and got into my driveway and got about 4 feet into my driveway. And the undercarriage of the truck, the four-wheel drive. I've got a big, my truck. It's a big truck. Yeah. The undercarriage of my truck got in to the fact that I couldn't move the steering wheel. That's how packed in it was. So this guy dug me out. But I just have to tell, and Colin, is it Colin? It's Colin. It's like Colin Powell. Colin, thank you very much. I wanted to thank you. I felt like even yesterday, even though it was nighttime last night, it was about 8 o'clock last night, when I was in the grocery store, I was so mad at myself. I needed these things because I live alone. I don't have to buy. I don't have a family anymore of 40 where I have to buy toilet paper, but it just happened to be that the timing. I went into one bathroom and I was going into, the one dump I took in the one bathroom, and then I was out, and so I went down into another bathroom that I had, and it was out, and I realized I didn't have any, and it was just. You feel, at least I feel this way, and there were tons of people in the grocery store. Everybody was getting out, and the manager was at the counter because he'd sent all his people home. And I see this special on toilet paper, and I'm looking around to make sure nobody's looking at me. I grab it and I throw it into the bag because I felt like such a mook. And then I realized when you were just talking now, I don't buy a lot of milk, but for some reason, I've got the kids coming over this weekend, right, and I want to have milk for them, so I got milk. And then I got bread. And I don't even eat bread. I don't eat the bread. What I do is I drink beer and I eat nuts. That's it. And I had and the bread was gone. Yeah. There was I bought a brand of bread that I have never seen in my life. A bread that was something along the lines of, healthy, smart idea, wink heart medicine bread.
The only one that was left, is that what you got?
It looked like perfectly good bread. There was a major brand name, but it was a major manufacturer. I forgot which one, like Pepperidge Farm or something, but then it was Heart Winky Tink made of sawdust bread, special bread for you. And I grabbed it. There were plenty of potato hot dog rolls though. There were plenty of those left.
Don't forget
around.
Elvis got by on those when he would ride his horse around.
I felt, and I shouldn't feel this way, but you realize.
Don't feel that way because I'm envious of you.
But I cooked everything I had in my house.
You got out.
I cooked a ton of pasta. I was so grungy too. I was grungy because hygiene takes a back seat, and so I said, do I shower before I go? I said, no, I'm not going to shower. I got my boots on, I got my big hat on, and I went out there, and I felt it felt great to be free, but I'd only been trapped from Monday at like 9:30 in the morning, and when I was going up my hill to get to my house with a suitcase because I'd stayed overnight on the weekend when the band was out, and I was sitting there, and I really thought, as I'm dragging my suitcase and I have a liter of Diet Coke under one arm and I'm dragging it into my house.
Is this your death story?
I thought I was gone. I thought I was going to check out. I really did.
Oh, dear.
The combination of having tried to shovel out my truck and I just quit because it was all underneath the truck and I was jammed in. And the combination of walking up the hill in thigh-high snow, because this snow, it's not a level area. It's where the wind comes across, and I was up to the bottom part of my balls in snow.
Wow.
And, granted, they hang low. But, and I was sitting there going, this is really, because, you call more than, really, if it wasn't for you, and I don't want to sound pathetic, if it wasn't for you, people aren't really constantly checking up on me, and I figured I would have gone like 8 hours without anybody checking me. I would have died in a snowdrift.
Mike told me he thought he was dead.
I thought I was going to have a heart. There was just something. The combination
that
of
you had fallen because you were carrying your luggage.
I fell in the snow because I had this suitcase, and I was trying to hold the suitcase up over the snow, and then I decided, well, I'll pull that little handle out because it's got the wheels on it, and it's not a big suitcase, but it's big enough, and I'm going to sled it. So then I'm like a sled dog, and I'm desperately holding on to my liter of Diet Coke. And all of a sudden, it's starting to get a little. I'm realizing just the horrible physical condition that I'm in, and I'm going to get around to getting in shape, maybe by spring. And it's just, oh God, I really thought I'm going to die here in a snowbank, like 40 feet from my house. And then when I got in, it just took me a while. I was just dripping with perspiration.
Well, when I talk to you. And now I finally have something that I can throw out. When I mentioned that time 10 years ago when I almost drowned, when I spoke to you, without kidding.
Yeah, because you called. Did I call you? No, you called me, right?
I think
right after I got out of the house because I was out of breath.
Mike says to me, I swear to God, I just thought I was going to die.
I really thought I was
and no one was going to find me, and my body would be laying somewhere
face down, and like half the snow. I'd look like one of those bodies you see in those World War II pictures.
Yeah, but on the bright side, it would have kept wonderfully.
I would have been preserved, and then I would.
Here's the best part, though. The next day, when I talked to Mike, see if he's gotten plowed out, he says, "Oh yeah, now I called you, woken you up about 8 o'clock or something."
How many times has that happened?
Yeah, Mike,
I have different schedule than Don does.
Mike says, "Hey, yeah, wow, I'm plowed out," and I said, "Oh, good for you." You know, the whole time going.
I found out what that was, incidentally.
Son of a bitch! I hang up the phone. 5 minutes later, Mike calls back and he says, "Hey, I'm not plowed out. I'm just looking at the giant holes where I fell into the snow yesterday."
I was not plowed out. The guy, Colin, had actually come up with his truck, and his undercarriage had gotten caught, and he barely got out of my driveway. So he was making an attempt. But it was just, it's ridiculous. I mean, what the hell is this? What is this?
It's just like winter.
It's winter. I would have been fine if I had stayed outside of my house, and I really thought, I was really afraid after that to go out into the snow. I was afraid to, go outside and, shovel a little path on my walk, because I really thought the ticker was going to give out.
Well,
that's what they say.
Got to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
I got none of that. I have to say, losing that weight and having that back surgery, was out there yesterday like a monster with my wife, and I have never, ever lent a hand to shovel, to do anything.
Well, I think I shoveled. It was the combination of I had shoveled around the perimeter of my truck, and then I tried it again, and it got deeper into the snow, and I put the shovel down, grabbed my suitcase, and then I began the trek. And my driveway is vertical. I mean, it's straight up the hill. And when I got halfway up, that's when I was starting to do that.
Also, I had great motivation.
But I'm in horrible shape.
I had great motivation to actually get out and shovel with my wife yesterday, being as I'm the one that wrecked her car on Saturday. Driveway accident, mind you. Tell you about that in just a second.
You've had... You have had... It's similar to what a professional athlete would have. What would our season be? Would our season be like from fall to summer?
Dislocated hip, then bulging disc in my back, then a broken finger, and now a broken toe.
And if you figure the season, our season goes from fall to summer.
That's it.
Where the summer is our off season.
But
my God,
goddamn, am I glad to be here?
Yeah,
am I glad? So glad to get out of that house. So glad.
Yeah, I mean, you get wigged out. Try being in there by your onesies.
I think next time, if there is a next time, we go back to the old plan.
Right.
Where we just get a hotel close to the station.
Right.
And you and I just get bombed.
Yeah.
Hello, Doc.
I would have felt better if I did that for a couple of nights. I did that Saturday night after the band thing, and can I say thank you because you were responsible for getting a ton of people prior to the storm to come out and see our band, and I felt so cool that we had that many people that showed up with that weather that was on the way. I was blown away, and Sunday night I drank.
Hello, Don and Mike show. Hello.
Hello, Don and Mike, Radio Dodge.
Yeah, hi there. You're on the air.
This is Josh from Salisbury, Maryland, listening on 96 Rock.
Josh? Yes, Josh.
Yeah. Long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm 21 years old.
Thank you, Josh.
And I just wanted to talk to you about the Joe Millionaire bet you had.
We're gonna devote some time to Joe Millionaire today.
Okay.
I received a call from Mike at approximately 9:59 on Monday night.
Were you having a dispute with a family member as to whether you had indeed won the bet? Because you said you leaned over and said, "That's Mike telling me I won." Like you were obviously arguing with somebody about it.
Guess who? My kid.
What was he saying, that you hadn't technically won the bet?
Yeah,
We didn't bet anything, though.
No, we didn't. We didn't have a bet, but I got the call from Mike, which is all I cared about, where he just said, okay.
You notice how my call came a little late? It came a little late because I immediately when the show ended, I spent about a half an hour sobbing.
No, it was, you called like a 9:59er.
I know. I called. I was just so emotional. What a beautiful ending to the show.
As soon as they gave $1 million, phone rings and it's Mike, and I know that either it's going to be...
You couldn't have written or staged that ending any better.
Well, I told you that Fox wouldn't do something that cruel.
First of all, you won the bet, and I give you complete props on winning the bet. Secondly, I think one has to seriously think about the entire show being a scam.
Let's say, you know what? Let's save that until we get to our Joe Millionaire segment today, because we're going to have a whole segment on that.
I'm a little manic, because I've been in the house for so long.
We got a lot of stuff to get to today. Trust me, we got a ton of stuff to get to today. Hello, Don and Mike show.
Now, why do you guys always use an excuse to take an extra day off?
Yeah, because because really what it is it's pure laziness. We're like those people on the Letterman show where they said the guys that had excuses. That's it.
I think there's a trend in radio, though. The radio guys always parlay something into a day off.
Where are you calling from?
Vegas.
Vegas, what the hell do you know about snow?
You ever really been in?
Hey, I grew up in Bangor, Maine. We used to go to school in 18 inches of snow.
Right. You know what? He has
20 inches of snow. They used to send us to school.
Okay, not today, my friend.
A lot of the school systems around our area are off for the rest of the week.
Yeah, they've already called my son is partying. Mm-hmm. They've already announced no more school for the end of the week.
Right. Fairfax County announced no more school ever.
That's probably for the best.
Jesus Christ. Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hey, Don and Mike. John.
Hi, Johnny.
How you doing?
Hey.
We drove back from Boston yesterday, and what a trip that was.
Well, I mean, the main drags were, well, of course, you got it later up in Boston was the last one to get it, right?
Boston got 18 inches in like 12 hours overnight, and the roads were wet. We made it from Boston to Philadelphia yesterday in 5 hours, and from Philadelphia to Manassas, it took us 7.5.
I don't get that, though, because the roads, I thought, from Philly to Manassas might have been cleared.
I get it.
We came down 95, but there was a 2-mile backup over at each toll road, and then there was an accident south of Baltimore.
And also there was the problem even today on the Beltway driving to work, and I'm sure it's like this in all the cities today, in Philly and in Baltimore and everywhere else that got the snow. You've got a Beltway that's normally an 8-lane death strip. Now in a lot of spots, it's only 2 lanes.
Are you saying also, are you indicating that maybe like from Philly down here to Manassas, people drive like idiots?
No, not really. The roads were pretty good other than the few accidents and the 2-mile backups because they had 2 toll booth operators at each booth.
Yeah.
At each toll plaza. But we were coming around the Beltway and we sat last night, and granted, I had my 6-month-old son and my 8-year-old daughter in the car.
Yeah, the comment that the guy at the grocery store, the manager that was working one of the cash registers, said to me last night, there were 2 registers open with 15-mile lines, and the guy says to me, I thought y'all were going to stay in one more day. Yeah, I'm sorry for getting sprung, you hump.
The best part about it was when I got home to my townhome, I pulled up, and we have a couple spots out front. Because our cars were gone for the weekend, I now have a 7-foot mound of snow in both my parking spots.
Okay.
Well, that's what you get for leaving town.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Goodbye.
This is true. Thanks for the sympathy, guys.
Anytime.
Hey,
I'll talk to you later.
You're preaching to the choir, my friend. You are preaching to the freaking choir. I don't know if you heard Rob come on yesterday at 3 o'clock. I had Rob make an announcement that Mike had his near-death experience and that we had lost Buzz in a snowdrift.
Right.
And that Charlie was making Lisa a heart-shaped igloo. And that if you wanted to know...
After he writes his name in the snow.
Seriously, what my weekend was like, rent the movie Misery.
And, Misery was on over the weekend.
And I am James Caan's ankles.
I can't
seriously.
When you mentioned that to me yesterday, when you mentioned that last evening when we were talking to each other, did you know that it was on? And that was one of the ones, what do? I watched like 15 movies, good movies, bad movies, it didn't matter.
Misery's one that is never on.
Misery was on, and, and I take it right to the moment where he gets hobbled. Then I take a break and I come back in time for him to hit her over the head with a typewriter.
A lot of people are going to have a lot of stories. My poor niece, Beth. Everybody knows the story about Beth. She was going to go on a corporate vacation where the place she worked would take the entire company to Mexico. She got to... Why are you looking at me like that?
Just because you're talking about your niece.
Because you've seen her now.
Yeah.
And now you know what I'm talking about.
I did. She's hot.
Well, you could have gotten a good look at her.
Hi, Charlie.
I bet you probably still can if you go to BWI Airport, because her plane was supposed to leave, I think, on Saturday, and she was at the airport Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Today, maybe she's still there. She doesn't have a hotel room.
Oh.
She's just in the airport.
God, I feel horrible about that.
Also, our acting general manager, Alan Linewand, called yesterday.
Hi.
Now, that son of a bitch, he's got the best deal of all.
Yeah, I mean, this. If you're in this situation, this is pretty cool.
He's stranded in a Caribbean island.
Oh, dear.
You're taking his family.
Acting General Manager Alan Linewand.
Taking his family on some vacation. Called us yesterday. He's the captain of the rudderless ship.
He's down on, I think he's on the island of Saint Indecision.
He called to say that he couldn't make it back, but I was able to make his day when I told him about what happened at the radio station Friday night.
Oh, big news!
Yeah, under the cloak of darkness, very stealth-like and very secretively, Ken Stevens came in the building Friday night to clear out his office.
Yes, very, very mysterious. Nobody knows the details.
Wow.
Well, I think we all know what the end game is there.
Well,
but
do we or don't we? I mean, is he...
I believe there will be...
Where is he off to?
I think he's off to Neverland.
I'll tell you what.
Michael Jackson's ranch?
He was in a good mood.
Really?
Yeah, he was very happy. I got
probably be glad to be out from under.
But the warmest greeting from him that I have since I've known him, and what I think is funny is he was still parked in his assigned spot.
And when Robbie told me that, it's one of two things with Ken. It's either that he's truly happy that finally they just said, get out of here.
Right.
Or he's doing what I would do. He's putting on the good front. What are you
going to do, cry?
Hey, nice to see you.
Yeah, exactly.
But Mike and I said, hey, because it's just the way we are. Mm-hmm. We went in his office.
Just to see what it was like empty.
Sure.
And this is now empty office.
Because that's the way we are. We are that way. Because we went through an awful lot.
We just went in there.
And we're still frightened by that man.
We went in there and we looked at his paper shredder.
Mm-hmm. Must have been the company's.
Yeah, because
he would have taken that.
He didn't take it with him.
And it's empty. It's like in so many frustrating moments in that office.
Friday night, man, I started getting these calls all of a sudden, from my many moles in the building.
Ken's here. I can't talk now. Ken's here.
Then a couple things I would hear.
They're using a hand cart. Oh, my God, they're cleaning out his office. They are cleaning out his office.
Very strange.
And,
nobody heard the paper shredder running, did they?
I don't think so.
All right.
But, boy, you could actually hear the smile through the telephone when I told Alan, who was stuck on this Caribbean island, I said, oh, and Al, incidentally, I don't know if I ever told you this, Ken was in Friday cleaning out his office. He went, really? I mean, real, you're kidding. Really?
Very strange.
Really?
Strange goings on.
Lots of stuff happening here. I've still got the best part of my snow experience to share with you.
And you, I knew about midday yesterday you were wigging out. You were ready to get out of your house.
Yeah, I was really out of my mind. I'm out of my mind. I'm just calling the radio station and getting on the air and just screaming, announcing where I live,
right?
And screaming for someone to come out and plow our street.
Right.
But I want to thank, I threw that guy's name away already. Hold on. Jeff Filyaw. Jeff Filyaw. He's the man.
If he can't do it, nobody can.
He's the man. Let's clear the lines out. See if we give away $1,000. 877-365-3636. Almost forgot. Tomorrow night we're doing a meet and greet.
Right.
Snow be damned.
Is that on schedule?
That is, Mike. Tomorrow night, it's you and me and the whole Wacky Zoo crew. We will be down at the Acropolis on 13 and 37 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest, D.C.
Snow party.
Starting at 8 o'clock, so we want to see you guys out there. Now call in for the secret sound. Be the 100th caller, and we'll be right back.
Is the Don and Mike Show.
To obtain maximum enjoyment from your please observe the following precautions. When a is not being played, store it out of direct sunlight or high temperatures. Before inserting a into the be sure that both rotate freely in both directions. The will automatically eject at the end of the If the ejects prematurely, remove it and check for free rotation of both. If it fails to do so, a gentle outward pull on the will cause the to eject. The head should be cleaned once a month with a cotton swab, slightly moistened with 70% isopropyl alcohol. Failure to follow these precautions will decrease your enjoyment and may result in damage to your... Thank you for allowing us to spend this brief time with you. Happy...
The Don and Mike Show.
Ready to DOT. Don and Mike.
Go 100 times. And it's Hi. Don and Mike Show. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, you're the 100th caller.
No way.
And what's your name?
I'm Julie.
Julie, where are you from?
I'm from Washington.
Julie, thanks for listening on WJFK. You won the Divot box set of 6 Feet Under.
Oh, sweet.
The complete first season, now available on Divot and Vicious sets. Available wherever Divots and Vicious are sold. That's from Lebo. Now, $1,000 on the line with the secret sound, a common everyday sound. And here's a clue.
Our first clue.
I bet the sound was heard in homes during the blizzard of 2003.
That's a good clue.
Great clue. Way to go. Shut up, Rob. We'll play the sound for you now. 15 seconds to think about it. Please don't answer until Mike sings like.
Taking a trip back with DJ Jazzy Jeff from the French Prince.
Fresh
Prince, not the French Prince.
Caller, name this sound.
Bonjour.
French Prince.
I am the French Prince. Now I am living in Bel Air. Hello, Jada Pinkett.
Boom, shake the room. Tick, 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 boom.
Yeah. Yeah. Like for $1,000, name it. What is the sound?
Is it an ashtray being put on the counter?
No.
Oh, we're sorry.
No, but at least we're getting better guesses now.
Well, it's just like during the snowstorm, you want to light up as many cigarettes as you can.
That's right.
Well, some people probably did.
I suppose people smoked heavily.
I know that,
You're just happy that she didn't get it. Both of you boys. I root for our listeners.
I'm trying every day, and I love you guys.
Like we don't. Thank you. And don't forget that every guest is a
clue for you.
A clue for you.
But you two don't take abject joy in every missed opportunity. Look at Rob.
Looks like Rocky running up those stairs. All right, so here we go. The snowstorm, the blizzard of the century.
Blizzard of '03.
Saturday. We got about 6 inches of snow Saturday, and then they said there's going to be a little window. Mm-hmm. And if you got to do something in this window, because on Sunday we're going to get hit with a blizzard. And, of course, I didn't believe them. I never believe them. I always think it's...
What, do you think that the snow wasn't going to come? Or?
I thought we were going to get some snow, but I thought there's no way we were going to get 2 feet of snow.
Right. We're really going to get whacked starting Sunday morning.
So during this window that we had where we could get out of the house where the roads were pretty much clean, it was just a little icy, we didn't go to get supplies. We went to a restaurant. My wife and I went. We had a very nice meal.
Good.
We were in my four-wheel drive vehicle. We got back home about 9 o'clock Saturday night. It's lightly sleeting. And she said, you know what would be a good idea? Take the car, the sedan, her car, and put it outside and take the pickup truck and put the pickup truck in the garage.
Good move. Right. And back it in.
Right. And I said, okay. And then I went inside. She said, no, I want you to do this. And I said, I'll be glad to, darling. So, here's the
darling.
Deal. Here's the deal. I'm in my wife's car. You know, I'm in her fancy car.
In the Rolls.
Yeah, no, it's not a Rolls, Mike.
Right.
And there's now 6 inches. It's not a Bentley. It's like there's 6 inches of snow on the ground,
right?
And there's a coating of ice because it's been sleeting.
Was the Aston Martin outside the house?
It's Mike. It's not an Aston Martin. Stop that now.
I'll stop.
Here's the deal. Our driveway, while not as long as Mike's, also has a slope. And Rob, watch it, because I know.
That he's writing down Stutz Bearcat.
No. That was about the slope thing. That whenever the word slope comes in.
What up, my yellow brothers? Jinx in the house!
Okay, no. So it wasn't a Chinese guy at the bottom.
No.
Not this time.
Stop it, you.
It's a slope. Right. So, what I'm doing is, I pull the car out of the garage.
In theory, it should be a simple move.
Right.
You move the car out of the garage, put it into the area where nothing is, and you move the pickup truck into the garage.
How much snow is on your driveway?
6 inches. So I back her car out, and I realize I'm stuck. So I start doing the thing of rocking the car back and forth. I put it in drive and then in reverse, and all of a sudden I realize that I'm losing control of the car, and that the car is starting to slide backwards going down my driveway.
Very dangerous.
Now, at this point, I put the brake on, I put the parking brake on as well, and the car is teetering. It's not going forward, it's not going backwards. And this is where I pull the dumbass move of dumbass moves.
This is where you tempt death.
What I think is, if I put the car in neutral, what I'm going to do is get out of the car. And a lot of guys know this move. When your car, if it's stalled or something, what you do is you get out and you've got the driver's side door open and you're outside of the car and you got a hand on the wheel and you're pushing it.
Right.
And you're just trying to guide it. So what I'm doing is I get out of the car's in neutral, and I'm trying to rock it back and forth just to get it out of this little patch of ice that I'm stuck in. And all of a sudden, I realize that the car is now sliding down the driveway. Now, I have on hard shoes since we've been to a nice restaurant.
This is where you die.
And I realize that I'm sliding along with the car down our driveway. The only thing I can equate it to, and this led to a massive fight with my wife, was when I was first learning how to ski. One time when I was on there it is again, a slope. Where I was on another slope.
Hey, Howard, there's your Chinaman. Oh, thanks, Fred.
Hi, Don. And I lost control, and I was just going down this mountain and didn't know what was going to happen.
Right.
Awful panicky feeling. Well, I get the same feeling, and I'm holding on to the door of my wife's car. Now my hand is off.
Is the car going down the driveway backwards?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
And I'm just holding on to the door. Now, at the base of our driveway...
And your car's in neutral?
It's in neutral.
Is the parking brake on?
Yes, it is.
All right.
The car's still sliding.
So it's going neutral without the wheels moving. It's sliding like a ski.
Right. And down at the end of our driveway, we've got a gate, and there are these gigantic cement pillars.
Yeah.
They're about 4 feet high, but they're about 6 feet wide. I mean, they're big cement pillars, and the car, now I'm slowing this down. Real time, all of this happened in maybe 15 seconds.
Right.
But as I realized...
You're slowing the story down. You're not slowing the car down.
No, as I realized that the car is sliding and sliding and sliding and sliding, I quick turn around and look, and I say, okay, if I keep holding on to this car door, my head is going to be smashed into this concrete, and I'm going to be dead.
Right.
Because the car is really picking up speed.
Right.
And I'm looking down at my shoes, and it's like I'm just sliding right along, so boom, I let go.
Do you dive?
I let go, and I dive underneath the car door. Well, the next thing, it is the driver's side door that hits the pillar, and the car...
The inside of the driver's side door?
Yeah, because it's open.
Yeah.
The car continues to slide. The door is now bent 180 degrees the wrong way.
Like kind of can opener, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That leads to the broken toe, which is the slightest part of the story.
How did you get the broken toe?
Sliding and
like, did it clip you?
I don't know. It just happened.
Right.
But that's not even the point. The point is that the car at this point, we've been yelling about this. She and I have been yelling about this thing, and I've had this back surgery, and I get up, and I am in full panic attack mode.
Because you've destroyed your wife's car.
The door is barely hanging on. The door, which normally, it shuts, right, so it goes slam. It's bent entirely the other way. The thing is in a ditch. The car's in a ditch. The pillar is kind of busted. And I'm laying there, and my elbows had been hurt, and my foot was not feeling great. And I got up, and, I lost it. I absolutely...
Damn you, nature!
I lost it. I sat out there on
like crying or screaming?
Screaming on the ground. For about 5 minutes. I was just out there screaming, Frida, Frida, Frida. She's not coming. She's in the house doing what she's doing.
Any of your neighbors come running?
Nah, of course not, Mike. So finally, I get up and I realize I haven't thrown my back out. Thank goodness.
There's no blood.
There's.
You can feel your legs.
Everything's fine. I go up and I get in the house and I slam the door and I scream, "Where are you? Where are you?" And she comes, "What's wrong?" What's wrong? What's wrong is the fact that the car just slipped down the driveway. I almost got killed. The door is ripped off the side of the car. Look at that. My goddamn shoulder is killing me, and my foot is killing me, and I'm having a panic attack. Mm-hmm. There's no other way to describe this.
Or a nervous breakdown.
Whatever. I'm overreacting tremendously, and of course because she is Shane. She says, "Now, what are you so upset about?" She says that very calmly.
Right.
And again, I'm screaming, and I'm saying, "You don't get it. I was trying to move your car. The car slipped down." And she says,
"You're probably in more danger of the elevated blood pressure after this."
She says, "Wait a minute. Why were you outside the car?" I said, "Because the car was stuck." She said, "Well, why didn't you come ask me to help?" I said, "Because I thought I could rock it and I could push it." And she said, "Wait, hold on. You got out of the car?" I said, "Yes, I got out of the car, and I was, I had one hand on the steering wheel, and the other hand I'm trying to push and trying to rock it. And I believe that was one of the roughly 3,000 times she called me stupid."
Mm-hmm.
And when she started calling me stupid,
right,
that's when I took the panic level to a combination of panic, embarrassment, and anger.
Right. So you're having a full-fledged meltdown.
Now I'm losing it. And she, at the beginning, is very calm and says, "Listen, I don't know what you're so upset about. You're fine. Your back is fine. So the door is wrecked on the car, but you're fine."
Right.
And meanwhile, I'm screaming, "I gotta get to the hospital. There's something wrong with me, man. I think my elbow's broken." And she said, "Just settle down." I said, "I can't settle down. I was just sliding down the drive." And then I get again. "Well, it's only because you're so stupid." I said, "I'm not stupid." And it really escalated.
Is the engine running on the car meanwhile?
Yeah, the whole time the engine's running. It escalated to the point where I said, "Here's what we're going to do. Either you're going to call and get an ambulance, or you're going to take me to the hospital, or I'm going to go to a hotel, and I'm leaving." That's it. It was totally, way over my head. Yeah. I was just talking out my ass. I had so lost it. I was so panicked over this whole thing. And then she said, "This is why I'm married to her, because she's good at telling you." She's saying, and she says, "Hold on. You're not only dumb, you're stupid. Everything with you is drama. There's no reason to be dramatic about this. Go, turn the car off, come inside,
slide down the driveway with your hard shoes again and turn the car off. Attempt to close the door."
She said, "Go turn the car off, come inside, and stop acting like such a baby." And it was at that point that if it was a thermometer, it was one of those deals where the red gets all the way to the top and then the thermometer explodes.
Because I'm similar to you in these situations. You want her to just act as though like maybe your arm is severed. Isn't that what you're looking for? You're looking for, oh my God, are you okay?
I want something to...
You don't want a total non-reaction. And she's seen you do that so many times that she's never going to give you the reaction you want.
No, never. And, and as it turns out, she was right. Really nothing. Just this thing with my toe, and I have a bump on my elbow. It's nothing major.
Right.
And she wasn't even really upset about the car. I was upset about the car. I was embarrassed about the car.
Were you able to shut the door on the car?
No, the door won't shut. The door,
were you able to get it closed enough where the snow wouldn't get in, or?
Well, as it turns out, and Mike, this part of the haze. I don't remember if I got the car. I think she ended up getting behind the wheel, and of course, as soon as she got behind the wheel,
right,
she drove it right up the driveway, like with no problem.
So it was, it wasn't really like down in a ditch. It was just, it was off the side of the road.
Off the. There was a lot of snow. It was off the driveway, and of course she went down and just got in the car and turned it on, and the next thing I know, I just see her driving up.
But the door is obviously got to get repaired.
The door is just a pubic hair away from falling off.
Oh, really?
I mean, the door is just
metal was ripped.
Yeah, and the whole side of the car is, and I mean, I lost it. I totally was out of my mind.
Right.
And when, I'm used to her calling me stupid and dumb and stuff like that. But when she called me a baby, even if I was acting like a baby,
it hurt.
Then it was at that point that I started saying all kinds of stupid stuff like,
right.
You think I'm a baby? You think I'm a baby? I'm doing this. I'm doing this.
You're pounding your fist into your hand.
You think I'm a baby? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to take a swing at you? What do you think I am? You think I'm a baby? And she, calm as can be,
right,
goes, look at you. Just look at you. I'm so embarrassed for you. I'm like, you're embarrassed for me? And then I made the crucial mistake. I said, besides, what was I doing out there moving your car?
Oh, no. Not a good move.
No. She says, well, excuse me for thinking I could ask my husband to do something that was just a little bit masculine, like move a car out of the garage and move the pickup truck into the garage. Only you can escalate it to this, to where it's life and death, and you're screaming about that's it, it's over. And what recourse do I have to that? I got none because I'm wrong.
It's when you just want to stomp your feet and cry. Just go, no, 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 no.
I'm a million times wrong. I'm standing there, I'm wondering,
It does sound to me like at this point in time in the argument, she does have your, your testicles are in the jar on the mantle right now.
She got my nuts. She's got them.
But it sounds like everything worked out for the best.
Yeah. She's out, as it turns out, getting that new car she wanted so badly today.
Funny how things work out.
I would imagine the trade-in value is a little affected by it. The weekend's occurrence.
I think so.
Probably not going to get that full Blue Book value now.
I've not had a lot to say about
runs great,
what kind of car she's getting, or
runs like a champ. Who the hell was that?
Well maintained, slight cosmetic damage.
I mean, that door is hanging by a thread. We decided
to take it to the dealership.
Hi, this is Frida.
No.
You can leave a message if you like.
I know a guy who'd love to have that car.
There's a guy in Wisconsin, right, Buzz?
Oh, and my brother emailed me pictures of his Jag.
Yeah.
It looks nicer than my wife's does.
There you go. You got to steal.
We were looking at it this morning, deciding what to do with it. She was saying, "Well, do you think it's at all safe? Do you think we could jury rig it so we could drive it to the dealership?" And I said, even if we got those bungee type cords that have the hooks on both ends,
right?
And even if we got rope and somehow we tied the
duct tape,
there's no way. This is no way.
It's not going to happen.
There's no way you can drive that car because that door is that door is one pothole away,
right,
from falling off.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, she's out today shopping.
As long as you wear your seatbelt, you'll be fine. I mean, if the door falls off, you're staying.
You should never, ever get out of a vehicle that's even in danger of moving a little bit. You remember my mom when she did that? When she tried to stop the moving car?
Right.
And she got run over? And she was like in her 70s at that time, and she picked up the car and moved. No. She was okay, but that people, do you realize people get killed all the time getting out of a moving vehicle?
Well, at the point I had the parking brake on, it was in neutral. I didn't realize, well, let me just preface all this by saying I think everybody, especially my wife, and certainly all you people here in the studio, all you people listening, know I am an idiot. Okay? I'll give you that. I don't like being called dumb. I don't like being called stupid. I don't like being called a baby, but I can live with idiot. And I am an idiot.
So if somebody calls you, don't be an idiot.
Well,
that'll irritate you. But if somebody says, "Don't be a baby,"
right? That
baby is the one that gets you.
Button.
Well, that's from when you're really small.
Well, no. Here's the thing in this situation when she called me a baby, because I'm out there doing this. I don't give a rat's ass whose car is where. We're not going anywhere. But she said, "Do it," and I said, "Okay, I'd be glad to." I certainly didn't mean for the car to start sliding down the driveway and me to be holding on to the door. And
it would seem to be a relatively easy task, right? Just to move the car out of the garage, move it into that little area over by the basketball net?
Correct. But it got stuck when I was trying to move it to the area by the basketball net.
But that is I would say, on the scale of vehicles that you don't want to have in the sun. I'm amazed your wife got it up the hill. Again, because, on the scale of vehicles that don't perform well in the snow, that's right.
It's her. Just because it's her. It had to work that way. That I had this scene, and then she, very petitely, in her high heels, walked down the same icy drive.
Now, what is she wearing those things in the snow for?
Because she's Superwoman, Mike. I don't know. But all I know is that she walks down, gets in the car, starts it up.
Now, baby's okay if she says, "Hello, baby."
Yeah, right. But she was screaming at me.
Don't be a baby.
Yeah. Don't be a baby. You are such a baby.
Does she ever use the word cry with baby? Is cry baby ever used?
No.
Right.
And she very rarely pulls that one out, the baby thing. But it was just too much, man. And I lost it. Yeah.
You've had a horribly accident-prone 6 months.
If any of our neighbors happen to be watching or videotaping, and they send that to the TV station, I'm fried. Yeah. Forget it. I'm done, because I was in our front yard screaming. I was inside.
So you were having a full-fledged breakdown in the snow?
Yeah. I was outside for 5 minutes. So anyway, bottom line on this is that we spent a lot of the weekend on the web looking at different cars.
Hey, that's fun to do.
And I have nothing to say about it. I'm neutered in this matter. Pretty much my answer.
Would you like to buy a 4-wheel drive pickup truck?
My answer, no, she's already selected. She's getting a 4-wheel drive vehicle.
Think about moving the pickup truck.
Well,
I don't have any need for it anymore with my current situation being what it is.
Yeah. She's out doing that today. She's doing that right now.
Very good.
And I said, great, because that's what I do now.
Just agree.
I'll throw in a Cadillac.
I said, great. Beyond that, the rest of our time, snowbound was fine until I went squirrely last night.
Well, I can tell when your volume of phone calls increases, I know that you're antsy. You're ready to, you're just talking to people that you want to talk to. Rob gets a lot of calls, right?
Yeah.
And you're ready to
We
go.
helped each other out a lot.
Yeah, and well, he shared with me at one point that you were in a similar situation.
Rob and I think the volume was more me calling Rob, although it was a very close race. Yeah. Depending on how things were going at either one of our homes at any given moment.
You could draft it.
So we went through this thing on Saturday night, which was just friggin' awful. And I knew that come Sunday morning, the first thing I had to do was come downstairs and apologize.
Right.
For acting like a retard. A retarded person. Excuse me, I know you don't like.
Thank you.
Like a retarded person. Mm-hmm. So I.
No, he's not retarded.
Oh, and I know what it was then.
I'd venture to say retarded people probably wouldn't act like that.
This is what really set me over the edge. Our kid was at a friend's house Saturday night, so it was just Frida and I. we went through this whole episode, as Matt Lauer would say, episode.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got done with it all, and we had calmed down, she said, she was rubbing her temples, and she said, okay, enough. I'm going to go downstairs and sleep in the guest room tonight. I will see you in the morning.
So this all happened very late at night?
About 11 o'clock. And I said...
I didn't know the timeline.
At that point, I said, oh, great. And I got it all worked up again. I said, separate bedrooms? I wrecked the car, and all of a sudden it's separate bedrooms? And she says, there you go again. She says, I'm not saying I want to leave. You said you wanted to leave before, and I know you didn't mean it. She said, I've just had enough of you today. I just want to go downstairs and read my book. That's all. Don't read anything else into it. Don't give me this separate bedroom stuff. For one night, I'm just going to go downstairs. So I go, fine, you go. I'll have a great time up here. You go ahead. More room for me in the bed upstairs. I go upstairs. I'm not up there 10 minutes. Back downstairs. I hear from behind the door. What? I open the door and I go, oh, baby, come on. This is stupid. I go, come on. What is this? You're down here and I'm up there. And she says, I am just so sick of you right now. Don't read anything into this other than that. I am sick of you, and I'm sleeping down here tonight. It doesn't mean it's the end of the world.
This is when you get angry again?
Yeah. It doesn't mean anything, but I'm sleeping here. And then I said, fine. I walk out.
Is that all you said?
No, a little more. but as always, the little more that I said was after I shut the door and I was on my way up the stairs.
Right.
That's when it was all the, as I'm stomping up the stairs. Where would you be without me? You take me for granted. You dumb bitch. You don't know where you'd be without me. You live the fantasy life.
I had no idea that this had all gone on the weekend. Yeah.
I'm just up there just ranting away, just saying, I'm walking through my house alone. She's down in the basement, and I'm saying, look at that scene in Castaway where Tom Hanks says, "Look, I made fire.
I have made fire. Look at me. Ha ha."
I was walking around my house going, look at this. She wouldn't have any of this if not for me. And where am I now? Alone. I mean, I'm talking to the dogs.
Yeah.
Like, I'm out of my mind.
It's not out of your mind if you talk to yourself. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that.
Who are you talking to?
End up fighting the urge. I don't go back down again.
You're dying to, though.
But I don't.
You want closure, even though you've already gotten it.
I go to our...
Listen to me.
I go to our bedroom, and I go to sleep. Sunday morning, I wake up. I think, well, there's a couple ways to handle this. I either go down, and I'm still pissed.
Cook a nice breakfast.
I go down, and I'm like, with my tail between my legs, but I'm still really mad that she called me a baby.
This is weird, listening to you tell this story.
Why?
Nothing. I'm not going to say anything.
Why?
No, I just can relate to the whole scene.
So I go downstairs. She's already awake. She says to me first thing, hi. I said, hi. She said, so we're going to put yesterday behind us?
Yeah.
And I said, yes. Well, yes, we are. And she said...
Did you say it just like that?
Yeah, just like that. And she said...
Yes. Yes, we are.
She said, great. Then let's do it. Let's not even go back. I don't care about the car. I'm glad you're okay. And I was waiting for an I'm sorry, and it never came, so I figured I wasn't going to toss one out either. So we... From then on, the rest of the weekend was uphill. Sunday, we had a very nice day. Our son came back, and he had, of course, no knowledge of any of this that had gone on Saturday night. He just...
Yeah, it seems to me that when you sometimes have these moments, you can kind of cut loose when your son's not around.
Yeah, he just came home and he was like, "Well, hey, what happened to Mom's car?" He said, "Well, Dad was trying to back it out of the garage, and right away he knew." He said, "Well, did it slide down the hill?" Yeah, of course it slid down the hill because it was Master Idiot was
MI
was in charge of it.
DGMI.
But it ended up being the rest of Sunday was a beautiful day.
Good, very good.
We got bombed. Frida and I did. We let the boy have a beer. After all, he's going to be 18 in a month. We played poker.
Right.
Monday was another great day. We had our millionaire party. It didn't really start going bad until yesterday. And then yesterday, like late in the day, that's when...
Got bad again?
That's
when you're really getting the cabin fever.
It never approached the Saturday night level of the panic attack.
Did it get bad because just the length of time and you're ready to get out of your house?
Here's where it got bad. Last night at 9 o'clock, now bless her heart that she wants to do things with me, and that's something I've asked Frida to do. She comes into my cave and she says, "Are we going to watch 24? And I went, and I know I did this audibly. I went, yeah, sure we are. And she said, "Well, no, listen, if you don't want to watch it with me, then you don't have to. I'm just doing this, I'm watching."
Do you like to watch it by yourself?
No, here's the thing. Normally I like to watch it with her, but I've not spent 5 hours. I mean, I've not spent the last 5 days, 24 hours a day, being with her every goddamn second of every goddamn day. So what I wanted last night was...
What did you want?
I wanted that cocoon.
Okay.
That cocoon of being alone.
Right.
But she, with the good intentions, came in and wanted to watch 24 with me. And it was at that point that I had to... she gave me a bit of advice. She said, "Listen, this was on Sunday when I was getting the lecture about my behavior on Saturday.
Right.
And it kind of went back to the Be Jolly lecture. And what she said is, you know what I want from you? And I'm just waiting to hear this. I go, okay, what do you want from me? She said, what I want from you is, even if you don't feel like it, just pretend like you're doing okay. Even if you slip and you do something stupid like get out of the car and try to push it and you slides down the driveway and you wreck the car.
Yeah, that'll never happen though.
Just try to act better.
But the one thing, one of your things is that you don't do that.
I can't.
Because you don't, I mean, if it's on your mind, it's out of your mouth, and that's the way you are. I mean,
but anyway, so it was, things now are fine.
It kills you when you try to do that.
Oh, I know it does. Yeah.
So did you watch 24 together, though? Because, that's something you can enjoy together.
Yes, we did, and once I got past the fact that she was in there when I wanted to be alone, once I got past that, of course, the street had been plowed. And once the street was plowed, then it was like, oh, come on in. Let's watch this together. Yeah.
Right.
Let's have our time together, baby, because I know tomorrow I'm going to be the F out of here. Tomorrow I'm going to get released from this prison of togetherness that we've had, and I'm sure she felt the same way.
I didn't put two and two together, but when you were calling me, asking me a car question this morning, and I should have figured out that you were kind of still in the doghouse, that you were kind of going along and helping her out with that, and you normally wouldn't be doing that if...
No, I wouldn't. But I wrecked the car, and I had the panic attack on Saturday night. And the only other thing that I got from this whole weekend was on Monday. And I'm going to go on a bell curve with the weekend. That Friday was fine. Yeah. Saturday was very good. Saturday night, stock market crashed
right down to the bottom.
Saturday night, and then Sunday we started an upswing that continued into Monday. And it didn't start to slide till about 4 or 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And then when I got word about the plow about 8:30, 9 o'clock, we started back up again. Well, Monday, I was still relatively happy. We were going to be snowed in. There was nothing we could do about it. I had resigned myself to that. We were getting along very well together, all three of us. And I was watching Channel 9.
Right.
And I'm watching all the anchor people on Channel 9 who have been, I guess, together like our family was, for 5 days in a row.
Yeah, they bust their ass. During these situations, they're all there working.
And I see Gordon Peterson, who is like 100 years old. He's the oldest curmudgeon in the history of DC television.
Well, but he's curmudgeon-y in his own way. He's curmudgeon-y in a very kind of cool way, but just of a, is that the way you think it is?
Well, he lost it.
Did he really? Yeah.
And
you know he probably loses it behind the scenes.
Here's what, the weather guy, Topper Shutt.
Right.
Topper, who really looked like he had, like underneath his eyes, looked like my scrot.
Topper Shutt.
I mean, really, there are bags under the eyes, and then there are bags under the eyes. Topper had been. I think Topper got the least sleep of anybody.
He's doing the recap of all the snow totals. Got you, Charlie. 30-second slow break. He's doing the recap of the snow totals, and he says, if we just got 0.2 of an inch more snow out of this last little system tonight, we're going to pull this snowstorm into the top 5 of all time. And Gordon Peterson, the anchor, really pissed. This is on the 5 o'clock newscast Monday. Folds his arms and says, you're really happy about this, aren't you? You really wish that it would snow more, don't you? And Topper Shutt said, yeah. I love it. I love it. And Gordon Peterson just gave him the evil eye, and then they went da-da-da-dun-dun, da-da-da-da-da. So they went to break.
Put up your dukes, old man.
So they go to break. Now, we've had Topper on our show plenty of times, so I'm bored. I'm watching. I call him up. I call Channel 9.
You called Topper?
Call him up. Say, Topper Shutt, please. Right away, picks up the phone. 9 Weather said, hey, Topper. It's Don from the Don and Mike Show. Hey, buddy, how you doing? I mean, he's got this weather boner. I said, I just want to let you know, I thought that was pretty good television where Gordon Peterson was just pissed at you. And he said, well, yeah, he's mad, but I really do want more snow. And then I knew that he really had a weather boner because he said, this was a quote, he said, there's lots of things in the weather business that get a weather guy going. You got hurricanes.
Right.
You got tornadoes. Mm-hmm. You got thunderstorms. You got heat waves. You got droughts. But nothing does it for me like a blizzard.
Sure.
Man.
He's being on it. And every weather guy's the same.
Sure. Man, do I love it. And I said, well, it's showing. Yeah. And he says, so are you going to say on the air that you called? Are you going to say on the air that I nailed the forecast?
Because they did. Most of them did. Yeah.
I said, yeah, you're going to... He said, you're not going to bust my balls?
That's great.
I said, no, Topper, I'm going to get... whenever we get back on the radio, I'm going to get on and say I enjoyed you fighting with Gordon Peterson, and I'm going to say that I'm such a dork.
Right.
I called the weatherman. That's how out of it I was.
You were squirrely, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Out of my mind.
It's incredible.
I was.
Well, it sounds like it ended pretty well.
No, everything now is absolutely fine.
Right.
It was just Saturday night, I think, will be one of those nights that we will never speak of again.
Never speak of the dark evening.
That is a low.
Lord of the Rings.
We were talking about it later, and we think that as we were looking at events over we've been married almost 23 years, that was maybe in the top 3 all-time worst moments we've ever had together.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's tough when you can't get out of the house.
Because I was just out of my...
So somebody would have been out of the house that night if you weren't trapped.
No, because I'm such a pussy, I wouldn't have done it. Although she might have. Mm-hmm. She might have.
Just think, if you have screamed 0.2 of an inch more, you could have made the top 2 of all time.
But anyway.
Sure.
So things are fine. She's out, because I wrecked the car. What can I say? That's how I split my winter blizzard.
Well, it sounds like it was okay.
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right. Saturday was rough, and I'm embarrassed by Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I really am, and I'm the version I'm giving you is like 50% less.
It's the PG version
of really what I was going through.
Wow.
What was happening right up here. And what does Jerry Lewis say in the committee? In the intergovernment.
Time to go.
In the intergovernment. Thanks. What are you enjoying for lunch today, Charlie?
Turkey and Swiss.
Beautiful.
Great looking sandwich, Charlie.
Joe Millionaire. Now there's a guy who's dumb. Joe Millionaire.
I cried like a baby.
We'll talk about him when we come right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Now, what is a wedding? Well, Webster's Dictionary describes a wedding as the process of removing weeds from one's garden.
The Don and Mike Show.
Don and Mike anytime from anywhere in America. 877-365-3636. They're ready to believe you.
Please do, because the chit-chat a-hole.
Two corny bastards who can't do interpretations. The Don and Mike Show.
And don't forget that we had our senior bachelorettes, Anna, and who was the Backstreet Boys she chose? Was it Scott?
Well, he might have been Scott. He's out in the lobby, and he's all dressed up.
They went out on their date. They have a tape. Good. And we'll get the recap of what happened there in just a couple of seconds. Also, Joe Millionaire is done with. For being a 2-hour show, I thought the first hour wasn't bad, being as it was just filler.
It was filler, but it wasn't total recap. It was really getting their opinions of him and getting the real, the real cattiness out of a lot of the girls, which I thought I found that mildly entertaining.
I hate Mojo. I still hate Mojo. Yeah. The little one, the little Muppet with the buck teeth, they do such a great job. The girl that they brought back to console Sarah.
Her best buddy.
They do such a great job of editing on that show, where she was saying something about Joe Millionaire. The little one with buck teeth was saying, I really like being with you. You're a good girl. And he doesn't even have $50 million. He has no class. Meanwhile, they show her out there as she's saying this.
Right.
She's taking a drag off her.
Right. Well, the whole thing that made it work was that Sarah, at one point when they had them with that over the top camera, the overhead camera, where they obviously didn't know they were on camera, and at one point Sarah was talking to Melissa about that scene where they snuck off, right? And she made a movement with her mouth that indicated to me that maybe it was more than just a kiss.
No, she was
kind of like going,
kissing. Mm-hmm. She was kissing the sock to indicate, at least I interpreted, that she had given him a BJ.
That's what I thought,
but that he didn't complete.
That's what I thought also. But she also made a little movement with her mouth and the tongue that indicated that too. And then she talked about the kissing. And so I was confused as to whether she was talking about the French kissing or whether she had indeed played with his thing.
Thought that when she said kissing, she was putting kissing in quotation marks.
She did, and I got the feeling that after she gave him some type of oral, but not to the point that he was able to geesh. That it was just like, okay, here's a little taste.
That to me is reason enough to be voted off the show.
And that's what she was wondering. She was saying, do you think that the reason I got...
It was hard because they were kind of talking in whispers. They were talking in code. She probably would never admit to the fact that she had done that. She could certainly cover it up by saying, hey, I was just talking about kissing.
Now, Mike, here's one thing. Besides our bet, we didn't have anything on the lines. It was just both of us thought something different. Besides the fact that I had thought that there's no way Fox would put up with the publicity of really ruining this girl's life.
Right.
That there had to be some way of redeeming it and giving them $1 million happened to be true. Here is where my crap detector has gone off.
Okay.
Times 1,000. All of those girls had faults, and there's no doubt that they went out of their way to make Zora appear to be the nicest of the bunch. But doesn't it seem a little too rigged that not only is Zora nice, but Zora spends all of her time with old people in hospitals.
Yeah, helping the elderly.
That the diamonds...
Doesn't have any heat in her apartment.
The diamonds that she bought, she wants to hawk
to save a Yugoslavian aunt from cancer.
Yeah,
it was over. That's why I said. It's they couldn't have staged it any better.
Too good to be true.
The only thing I was thinking is that in post production, after he made his choice, they get a lot of this footage and they put this together. If you want to believe that the whole thing is on the up and up, that maybe this was edited in to make her look as good as possible after they knew what the decision was. If she was eliminated, if she was eliminated and Sarah was kept, maybe they would portray Sarah in a different light.
Well, Having said all of that,
It's her bondage videos.
and we all watched every episode. What would you think, 1 to 10, how do you grade it? Now that you've seen all of it and you've seen the finale.
As pure theater and pure entertainment value, I give it about an 8. I thought it was really, I was rooting for, I always thought that Sarah was very similar to that other blonde lady that they voted out that everybody hated that had the boyfriend. I always thought that they weren't too far apart. I thought Sarah and that other one were evil. And, of course, Zora was the one really from the beginning. Anybody that watched the show, and you and I watched every episode of the show, Zora was the one contestant who really did seem above it all.
What about when they were showing some of the girls who had been eliminated, and the one that I thought he should have selected was the redhead.
She was beautiful, but she told him she didn't want him.
When they had all of those scenes spliced together of her just totally just shutting him out.
Just being a total... That was great. Or
saying,
just her just being unpleasant in general.
Not saying a word to him, and like when she was goofing on him about the food and the fact that he was smelling his food before he eats it.
I love that. I loved it when they spliced together Mojo's eyebrows.
That was the greatest.
An eyebrow, her one move where she was raising her eyebrows, and that's all that she knew how to do.
The greatest thing is that the first 70 minutes of that whole show was making you have a reason to hate everything.
We're being manipulated. Obviously, now that the more I think about it, even though it was probably a little bit of both, but I don't think it could have been totally fabricated because in post-production they get all the video they can to make her out to be, she's from the tiny little Pennsylvania small town. She does work with the elderly. She's a good person. She's above it all, and then she doesn't even have heat in her apartment. I mean, that was, who knows? But you could not. That's why my crap detector goes off, because you can't possibly have a Cinderella scenario any greater than that one. Now, and of course, and the reason this is brilliant television is because we're all hanging on to see the reunited group. But, I've seen him on Mad TV, and he looks like
I saw him too.
He's getting full of every bit of press. I mean, he's just, and they, the Mad TV was a funny takeoff on that show. That's a great show. Anyway.
Well, just remember, you heard it here first, that even Fox, I said this when they ran the ads during football, would not be so cruel as to get a woman, whether it was a bitchy woman like Mojo or someone who appears to be pure like Zora, bring her all the way to the very end, and then say, oh, yeah, incidentally, the guy's not a millionaire. Good night, everybody. Goodbye.
But here's the deal, though.
So, of course, they had to give him $1 million. I knew that right away. But even I think something tinky about it.
Yeah. I got the impression the one thing where my crap detector went off the most is with her at the end, when she comes to the ballroom, and she's, she was so all about don't deceive me, be honest with me, and my integrity would not, allow. But she knows the fact that the guy doesn't have $50 million. She probably, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but it just seems to me that there was no chance that she was going to say, hey, see you later. I have no interest in you whatsoever. I just don't think it was totally orchestrated to have a happy ending.
Here's another great moment. I laughed. We'll put this ring on your right finger. And then she says, I've got big knuckles. So do I.
So do I. Let me put the ring on your finger right here. Let's continue the journey. And then supposedly they haven't seen each other for a few months.
Right. Hello, Don and Mike.
It was also fun, by the way, to hear the women do their impressions of Evan the way we've been doing it on the show.
They were like, ooh.
Hello, Don and Mike.
Hey, I just want to say how she definitely gave him a BJ, because what she said.
Well, what did she say?
Because, remember, she said, at least when I kissed him, it was off camera. But why would she worry about that when she kissed him on camera a lot of times?
Well, remember the thing she was doing with the sock. I mean, she put the
sock...
sock...
definitely. But I was just saying, how Rob was saying how, kissing was in quotes. It definitely was, because she kissed him a lot of times on camera.
Yeah, but, if this was a jury, you could never prove in a court of law that she did that to him.
Hi, Don and Mike Show. Hello?
Yes, first of all, he did not get $1 million. That check was written out to both of them. They have to split it. And $500,000 does not make a difference in a person's life like Fox is making it out to be. I thought...
Honey, hold on. What world are you living in where $500,000 doesn't make a huge difference in someone's life?
They're young, and if you want to talk about getting $1 million versus $500,000.
What's your point?
I'd take that.
Well, they were saying they made it out like, oh, he's going to get $1 million. But
well, even if he gets $500,000, honey, that's enough money to change your life.
Yeah.
I think Fox is so cheap for not giving them each $1 million.
Well, that's right. Technically, he didn't get $1 million.
Right.
He didn't.
So he's not a millionaire.
No.
But together, they could be a millionaire.
Together, they
That's
could be.
right.
Does that
Let's
affect our
think
bet at
about
all?
how many millions?
I just thought of that just at this very moment.
No, because my bet was...
Could we make a case? Could I make a case? Could we bring this to the court of public opinion?
No, because my thought was...
That they were throwing a twist at the end.
Fox would do something at the end to fool the audience.
Yeah, I thought so.
To give him money, whether it's him or her.
Right.
The point is,
something was hinky at the end, and that's why I called you. But technically, he's a $500,000 a year.
But honey, let me just say to you, if you don't think $500,000 is a lot of money,
no, that's life-changing money. You don't think that's life-changing money?
I think that the millions of dollars that Fox made off of this program.
Oh, wait, there I agree.
Especially in today's age, with the kind of prizes that are going out.
But honey,
let me tell you one thing she's saying that there's a grain of truth because. He said something about the fact is you want financial security, and you wanted and he elevated the money they were both getting. He made it out to be more life-changing than it really is. I agree it's life-changing money, but the butler said something, I forgot what the quote was, and I was thinking the same thing with the money that Fox is making. They could have given them $25 million each.
But Survivor could give all the people $25 million each. That's why there's so many of these goddamn shows on,
right?
Because relatively speaking, do you know how much it costs to make one episode of 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter?
A lot of money.
It's something like $20 million.
Right.
To make one episode.
Right. They could have ponied up more dough for those two.
How much do you think they gave Evan at the front of the show? How much do you think he was getting to do the show?
Maybe scale.
I was going to say, yeah, and so that is a lot of money.
And a trip to
and lots of sweaters.
But I was really thinking that it was great that it was $1 million, but it was also, it was kind of like as Fox TV shows and the money they are going to make for that network, and especially with the ratings that the show got, that's just nothing for Fox. They could have given them $10 million and had given them $5 million each. That would have been a big deal.
Don and Mike.
My crap detector went off whenever he picked her and said he chose her. She showed no emotion whatsoever. She wasn't excited or happy. And then when it turned around and she said that she chose him, he showed no emotion either. So I just thought that it seemed deranged and seemed like it just didn't seem real. That's where my crap detector.
Well, I don't think they're really in love with each other. I didn't get that from either one of them.
They didn't allude to that.
Right.
It was like they're starting a journey.
Yeah, their love. The L word, I don't think was mentioned. But I thought really she did. She showed a great deal of joy that he picked her.
Don and Mike, hello.
Hey, hello.
Hey.
Hey, I just want to make a comment about this Joe Millionaire thing. Like, he doesn't even get $500,000. What the taxes are going to take out of it, they should at least have given them enough money so that they at least had $500,000 after taxes.
Folks, you people are living in a crazy, nutty world. I'm telling you, if you got handed from Fox, regardless of what you've done for the network to get them ratings, if they give you a check for $500,000 and the government took out half of it, still, that's enough to change your life.
Yeah, from $19,000 a year to that, and obviously what Zora's making doing what she's doing. I think that the people that are wanting to see more money want to see when you read about how successful the show is, and you read about how, this is going to really, this is for the first time, Fox has won the first month of sweeps, and this is incredible for them. And I'm one of these people that says, relative speaking, when you see some of these people that are getting the money they're getting when they're making shows, it would seem, and the fact that now this guy Evan can't go anywhere, and I would like to see, for the dramatic reasons, for the dramatic impact of the show, I would have liked to see that be a $10 million check instead of a $1 million check.
But it's all relative.
It is all relative.
Do you know that those 6 idiots on Friends, this coming year, they're going to make, what do they make, $1 million an episode?
At least.
So they're going to make $23 million a year each, times 6. What's 23 times 6, Robbie?
180 and then 21, no, and 18, 198 million.
You realize how cheap the Fox is for producing these reality shows.
But they're going to spend how much just for the cast?
198 million.
Plus whatever money it costs them to produce the show. And I guarantee they're still going to make 50%.
And that's
yeah, so Fox could have afforded easily. That's a drop in the bucket. Fox could have made him, technically, a $50 million guy.
But here's my thing. Why should they?
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
I agree with that,
should
too.
they?
I agree with that. I would have liked to see a compromise. I thought the $1 million was great, but the $1 million, there was just a little part of me that went, you know, man, with what Fox made, if you really were going to give them the kind of money that makes them financially secure for the rest of their lives.
But, Mike, that's not how the real world works.
I know. And you know, why give it? Because they're not going to be together 2 months anyway.
And I'm even going to use our show as an example. We are blessed. In our last contract, we're making, I'm not bragging here, we're just making ridiculous money. But compared to what this company's going to make off our show over the next 5 years.
Yeah, right. It's all relative.
We're making peanuts.
Right, exactly.
We're making peanuts compared to what they're going to
Sure.
make.
That's true.
And that's their prerogative as the company, and they've got the people that they bring over there. They get to fly around in jets, and they do that. And I guess when you look at it that way, I'm just more of the the making the fairy tale guy, where it's just I just don't know whether they're going to. Yeah, I'm the fairy tale guy, Rob. I'm fairy tale man.
FTG.
I think really it would have been more dramatic, just a more dramatic show. If they'd ponied up more, when it was $1 million, it's like that was the minimum they had to come up with. That was the absolute minimum, or everybody would have gone, "Hey, F you, Fox." If they'd given them $25,000 each, it wouldn't have worked.
Amazing Race only gets $500,000.
Joe Millionaire, and really, they just cheated us.
Mike, the one person who's the winner in all of this is Randy, who hi Randy. For the last 4 weeks has played the role of Zora in these little dumb playlets we've had to do for Fox Television.
Right.
Randy, where are you calling from, sir?
Chambersburg, PA.
Right, on WYSP.
Hey, that's near where Zora lives.
Exactly. Well, that's my home. Yeah, that's where I live.
Congratulations. You have won the 18-karat white gold handcrafted gold necklace from the exclusive Columbus collection, valued at $1,895. Same thing as they were giving away to the broads on Joe Millionaire.
Where does Zora live, anyway? Where? Do you remember that, sir?
Huntsville or Huntersville or something like that.
So that's in some weird part of Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, probably like up in the inbred counties or something. I don't know.
Well, listen, you're Zora. Hold on, here is Joe Ardinger.
Joe.
Hi, Joe.
She's from Lambertsville, but I missed whether it was Pennsylvania or Ohio.
No, it's
They just said it's Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Yeah.
All right, Lambertsville, Pennsylvania. Joe's not just a name; it's an idea.
All right, thank you, Joey. I should have been.
You think it was Jersey, Rob? Maybe it is Jersey.
I think it's Pennsylvania too.
That's what I thought.
Well, that's what I said, Pennsylvania, but now I don't know.
Then I was way off, because at one point my dad is a New Jersey native. I said, "Where is Lambertville?" He said, "I don't know. Must be on the Pennsylvania-New Jersey border."
Whatever, Randy.
Oh, God, you're talking about it.
Randy, it's not her. That's not me and my necklace.
Randy, enjoy your gold necklace.
I'm gonna.
What?
Maybe you guys can help me out.
Yeah, because we've just given you a great prize. That's exactly what we want to do.
All right, thank you. I appreciate your prize, and I appreciate you guys, picking me and all that stuff. Maybe you can help me out with another issue, though.
What's that issue?
Well, I have a friend of mine that wants to trade me the necklace for a 3.8 turbo Buick engine, right? Out of a Grand National.
Yeah.
But my wife, for some reason, thinks that she has some sort of entitlement to it just because it's a piece of jewelry.
No.
That's what I said.
She does
No
not.
way.
I say yes.
Do you think you guys could tell?
Oh, boy, did you have a tough weekend.
Could you? Yeah,
What is wrong? Wait, excuse me, sir. Hold on just a second. What the hell is wrong with you? Don, Mr. Geronimo's answers are not given with a clear head today. Is that supposed to be?
I say,
his remarks do not reflect his real views.
Give your wife the jewelry, sir.
All right. That's crazy talk, isn't it?
Life's too short. Someday you'll be in a driveway.
He's having a tough spot, sir.
Trying to push a car.
Take the engine.
Could you tell her? Could you tell her I can't give it to her?
No.
No, that's your job.
You're on your own.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on.
Be a man. Hey, listen.
Be a man. Listen at you, Mr. Fall down the damn driveway.
I know.
Hey, didn't we just give you a prize?
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
All right, hold on, please.
You hump?
All right.
Thank you, my friend. Hold on a second.
Best winner ever. What a hump. Hey, can you do something else for me? Hold on.
I want to get an engine from Yee.
We got a break.
I just hope you come to your senses in a couple of days.
I'm sure. But for now,
You would have given him different advice, and that would have pissed you off what he just said. Come on. More. Give me more.
well, Mike, I've challenged people to fight.
Hey, this is Frida.
Where the F is she? I've challenged people to fight like 5 times in the
I
last 2
understand.
weeks.
I didn't ask for the entire nuclear reactor there. It's just I'm worried about you.
No, listen.
Yeah, I just want to make sure everything's okay.
That's fine.
You just said a guy who won a prize legitimately. It was jewelry that his wife is somehow entitled to that, and nothing could be further from the truth. I understand.
Give it to your good lady.
Unless he's leaving, he's got to face her the rest of his life.
Amen.
Well, I know you. That's a normal point of view from you.
Okay.
Now, does that bring you to your senses over there? Look who you're agreeing with.
Sorry, Mike.
God.
Sorry.
Rob, it's just you and me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're on an island today.
Good luck, man.
Today.
He should trade the engine for the necklace and the wife.
When we come back, we'll find out what happened to Anna, our senior bachelor at 62 years old.
Don't trade her in.
And Scott, the bachelor she chose, the guy's like 24 years old. Find out what happened on their date when we come right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show. This is the Don and Mike Show.
Oh, my God. Ray, most husbands like cuddling with their wives.
Oh, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, nobody likes that. Nobody. The only time a guy likes cuddling is if he thinks it's going to lead to lower cuddling.
God smiles on them, then God laughs at them. Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
Before we bring in Joe and Anna, or Anna and Scott.
Right.
God. His name is not Joe, his name is Scott. For senior bachelorette.
Hello?
Place a quick call to the palace. Hello?
Didn't seem like the palace this weekend. I would have had the guards throw you out.
Well, I was just talking to my wife during the break. She was shocker at the car dealership today. Didn't hear a lot of the show, and was wondering if I had given an accurate portrayal of the events of Saturday evening.
Well, it was certainly you were self-deprecating.
Humble.
You were talking about how bad your behavior was.
I had a panic attack.
Mm-hmm.
You called me a baby.
What? I never heard you refer to it as a panic attack when you just act like a a-hole.
Well, I tried to explain that to you. It was like sliding down the slope, or the ski slope. When I was sliding down the hill with the car,
You were sliding down an emotional slope as well as.
Yes, Mike. I flipped out. I just totally flipped out. And then that spiraled into the whole, you're a baby, and then the separate bedrooms.
You were kind of wound up.
Yeah,
which is.
He said that.
Yeah.
He admitted that.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, because what did I tell you? I said, why don't you just laugh? Why does everything have to be, why is it living with you sometimes like being in the middle of some grand opera?
What did I tell you?
Yeah, well, he was filled with remorse today, and his comments were of a remorseful nature.
Yeah, well, good.
I think Saturday night man, I was off the charts Saturday night. Absolutely off the friggin' charts.
Things are very extreme with you sometimes. You're a very emotional guy.
Right, honey. Heart on the sleeve. That's what we call it. Heart on the sleeve. And I just wanted to tell you that from radioandrecords.com.
Mm-hmm.
Nan Wyatt was shot to death Tuesday night in her suburban home.
Oh, dear.
Police revealed at a press conference Wednesday her husband was charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action in her death.
Who's her husband?
She's the disc jockey.
Oh, she's the DJ?
And the husband said the relationship was deteriorating.
Obviously. I would imagine.
Well, that's no excuse. We have not resorted to arms.
No, we have not. Just to show you that honey things could be worse.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, that's the example you're using. That's a little... That's a little...
Great. You used to just use Mike.
He can still use me. I'm in that big old house alone.
357 Magnum police believe is connected to the crime was recovered in the husband's belongings.
Yeah, well,
see there, it could have been worse. You called me a baby, and I said, oh, I'm not a baby, and then you just
but you were a baby.
You went down to the other bedroom, but Sunday things were fine.
I just wanted to break. It was really, no offense, what did I tell you? Just give me a break. I just need it. Even operas have an intermission.
I know they do, and I believe that's the story that I portrayed.
Well, good, and I hope you also said that in your own behalf that we had a lovely day on
I guess
Sunday.
that would mean that I'm still waiting for him to flash the lights twice.
Yeah, honey, I did say that. I did say what a great day we had Sunday, what a great day we had Monday.
You obviously feel, I think you said your piece, and you feel contrition.
That it didn't really start.
You're contrite.
Spiral downhill until last night about 6 o'clock when we still hadn't been plowed.
Well, I think that was understandable. No, sweetie, that's what gets me to stay with you, because although you are sometimes a nut job, then you are a person that tries, you think, well, I was out of line, or I was, I went overboard, and the next day, you're a sweetie because you know that you were a goofball the day before.
And I don't think I even said this, that with all that stuff Saturday night, with all that stuff, I didn't mention that on Monday. She just came up behind me and she said, I just want to let you, I love you so much. I've loved being with you the last 2 days. It's been so fun being with you the last 2 days. And it wasn't until today, coming back and doing the show, that I remembered all the stuff that had happened the other day. I mean, even today when she asked me to go out and look at the car to see if it was drivable, and I had to come in and say, there's no way. If we drive that thing halfway up the street, the door's going to fall off. Mm-hmm. So,
well, it was a win-win situation.
Are they coming to pick up the car?
They're going to swap it. They're going to do that tomorrow.
Gotcha.
So you got your new car?
Yep. So everything works out.
Yep, everything worked out.
All right, my sugar bear. No, we had a good time. We had a family poker night the next night. Did he tell you about that?
Yes. Mentioned that. We got drunk. We played poker. We had a good time. Yeah. We, and Frida and I yesterday as a team out there doing the shoveling, shoveling out the 2.5 feet of snow.
Yeah, the rest of the weekend was a bonding experience.
It was.
When we write our book on how to stay married, which we should, because, there have been so many bets about us not making it. I think the thing that will have to be in there is that when we have a big blow-up, you admit you overreacted, and then when you are better, I give you compliments in appreciation for, acting like such a nice guy.
And on those occasions of which I can't think of any right now, but when you've been wrong...
Yeah. If that happens, I'm sure you'll do the same.
Yeah, right. All right, sweetie.
All right, Boo.
All right, I love you.
I love you, too.
Good news, no snowy grave for you.
What? Oh, good. Thanks.
That's the good news. No snowy grave for you.
I think there's no more digging for you. It wouldn't be a snowy grave, it'd be a corpse lying on top of snow.
Amen, because we had just about enough
digging.
Friggin' together and digging and yuck.
All right, boo-boo.
Beautiful. Love you, baby.
Okay, take your time coming home tonight.
Oh, come on now.
No, I love you. The roads are icy. That's what I meant.
Be careful.
Got you. Okay.
All right.
All right,
hey, can I have just one va-va-va-va?
Oh, and by the way, I'm not cooking tonight. I don't know. This was like a new world's record for me to cook dinner. It was 3 nights in a row.
Wow. I've got some goddamn low-fat something in there. Don't worry about it.
We can go out to eat, or you can pick up something. But I'm sick of cooking dinner.
All right.
Okay.
Just give me one va 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 va.
No, because I don't do that. And you
Now, come on.
No,
Come on, you were doing it.
Catchphrase.
You were doing it this weekend. You were saying va 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 va.
Oh, come on, Frida, give him a little of his dignity.
You're so stupid. Va 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 va.
There you go.
All right, goodbye.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome, pal.
Thank you, Mike.
Thought you need a little help there.
Thanks for putting it so succinctly. Give him back a little of his dignity.
Just a bit.
And incidentally, in that website that I'm on that shows the husband that killed his wife,
right?
The DJ, God, radioandrecords.com. This is an industry thing,
right?
They have today's top 5 songs to play if you want to relate to your audience about living in dangerous times.
Oh, okay. What are they?
Number 1 is All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix.
God, please.
Followed by Danger Zone, Kenny Loggins.
Oh, give us a song you can play.
Followed by Distant Early Warning by Rush.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Then you have Eve of Destruction by Barry Maguire.
God.
And then Standing Outside the Fire by Garth Brooks. I mean, that's
somebody's thinking too much.
That's how stupid radio is. That some disc jockey somewhere has to go to this website to go,
right,
hold on a second, I got a great idea. Hey, everybody living in dangerous times, how about some Kenny Loggins?
And all you need is one song for these times. Why don't we all get stoned? Well, I would not feel so all alone. Everybody must get stoned.
Can't do that anymore either.
Well, stoned does not necessarily just refer to marijuana. I think it can be a variety of things.
No, I know.
Even high on life.
Oh, and boy, was that the crisis last night.
Sure, it does.
The crisis last night, when we realized we're out of booze.
Aye.
That's when really it kind of hit us both.
It didn't bother me.
It was like
I was dry. I used Monday and the better part of Tuesday to dry out.
Just for grins, do you want to guess how much beer Carrie bought me on Friday?
How much?
2.5 cases.
Wow. And how much is left?
Left.
Yeah,
she's a good woman.
I'll tell you what.
There you go.
When Rob House sits for us, a lot of bottles. Man, it's a mountain of green bottles.
We all have our coping mechanisms.
It's called going to Greenville.
Hey, Don and Mike, hello.
Don and Mike, what's going on?
That's what I call it.
Hey, it's Matt from last Thursday with the glass dildos.
Hey, Buzz, I get it.
Wanna get high?
I get it. You go to Greenville, too.
That's right.
Better Greenville
I got 2 things for
than Brownville.
wondering how Buzz is enjoying that pipe we gave him.
Oh, we were just talking about that.
It looks lovely on the mantle, sir. I've added it to my collection
beautiful.
of glass knickknacks.
Another thing, that girl Zora, she is from Lambertville, New Jersey. It's just on the other side of New Hope, Pennsylvania.
Okay,
That's why
great.
they say it's Pennsylvania.
Robbie?
Very good.
Well, one of the win column for Robbie.
It's in New Jersey.
On the border.
That's right.
All right, thank you, my friend.
So, how would I plug for my website again?
No, come on, you hear from me. We gave you plenty of plugs. Jesus Christ. Hippie. Let me mention last hippie. Hippie.
He's hippie. He's a hippie with his craftsman.
Let me mention tomorrow night we're going to be doing a meet and greet. We'd love to meet you, walk around, say hi to you. It's a very
no hippies.
A very intimate thing. It's not a Las Vegas style show. The deal is we will all be at the Acropolis in D.C., 13 and 37 Connecticut Avenue.
No hippies.
Northwest. No, come on, hippies.
All right, hippies can come.
Come on down, but only bring the green weed, not the brown stuff.
And don't bring like one of those little travel cases with glass dildos in it.
Listen, no hippies, but all slopes are welcome.
We take everybody. We want to meet you.
We're going to be at the Acropolis tomorrow night, 1337 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest. The deal is, it'll be free food. We'd love to buy you free beer, but then we buy you free beer. You get out of the place, you go, you run over some kid in a wheelchair, and the next thing you know, it's Lawsuit City.
So it's like the couple of things that we've done. It's the one we did up in Philadelphia.
And the one when we came back to afternoons here in D.C.
Down here, right, exactly.
We'll be there for a couple of hours, guarantee you. Mike and I will work, table to table. Everyone, we want to say hi to everybody that listens to this show.
I'll definitely be there longer than you will. I always like to, I think it's about time I go on record. And if we can sell that a little bit more, if you're worried about, at the 2-hour mark, we're going to be out of there. No, one of us will definitely stay behind.
Mike will be there at past midnight.
Very good.
Guaranteed. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow night, it's the Acropolis. Don't cost nothing to get in. For details or directions, call 202-912-8444. I'm sorry. And it's all brought to you by...
Did anybody get my hotel room down in D.C. yet?
Brought to you by Miller Lite. Listen, Mike, when we come back, we've teased this enough, and these poor kids have been waiting.
It's just the way you said that.
Poor kid. Poor kid.
Jeez, poor kid.
It's Anna, the senior bachelorette, and Scott, the guy that she went out with. We've got their date on tape, and we'll hear how everything went. Remember, this was last Friday's show, the Valentine's Day show.
Right.
We'll get to them straight in. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Okay, I'm not. I'm looking forward to the segment.
Tiger will be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Put it this way. The other night, he was, you know what spooning is, don't you?
I think so.
Spooning?
Yeah.
Well, he was like whispering, holding me and whispering me.
Sleeping spoon.
Yes, spooning stuff.
Yeah.
Cuddling in bed. Is that what we're talking about?
And we were just about to fall asleep. I thought, he says, I don't want to fall asleep. And so I said, why not? And he says, because then I'll miss you.
The Don and Mike
Get up, relax.
It's not the heat. It's the stupidity. The Don and Mike Show.
All right, bring in Anna. Scott, let me tell you, tomorrow on the show, we're giving away a trip to Atlantic City to see the Ultimate Fighting Championship 41. All right. Onslaught. Atlantic City Boardwalk Hotel on Feb 28th. Courtesy of UFC, Comcast, and Cops Cake. Cox Cable. Cox. I'll tell you how we're giving that away tomorrow. Plus, tomorrow he's back from his honeymoon, Mr. Skin.
All right.
Leah Remini is pushing her tiny role in that movie Old School, which looks kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, we have time. We have Stump the Stoop. Craig Wilson. Rob, I read it today. I didn't see it as a great one. Rob thinks it is a good one, and we have a twist. So if we have time, we'll go with Craig Wilson tomorrow. And just remind me, at some point tomorrow, we're going to try to call Ken Stevens at home.
Oh, good.
Just to
That'll be nice.
see what he's doing.
Interesting.
Since he cleaned out his office and all on Friday night.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll find out what's going on.
He's officially gone.
That'd be good.
Joining us now, Anna and Scott.
The dream date, senior bachelorette.
So,
sit up to the microphone there, Anna.
How did it go, kids?
I couldn't have picked a better one. He was wonderful.
Wow. He was wonderful. And Scott?
Look at him.
It was a magical evening, though.
Wow. Hey, this is a new Scott. This is a completely new Scott that we have here.
Look at him.
Look at how well dressed he is.
There's blue eyes.
Oh, my.
Scott, did you get anything? And don't say a gentleman never tells.
Oh.
Don't you tell.
You stole my line.
No.
Was there hot sex on the date? We like to cut right to the chase.
Define hot.
Was there, did your fingers do the walking?
No, I didn't have time for that.
Did you do it?
Wait a minute, didn't have time for that. Do you mean you got right to intercourse?
There's no reason for foreplay.
Right, I see.
I had to prepare for the winter storm.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask, did you guys kiss?
Several times.
Several times.
Wow.
Anna, you are 62, and Joe, how old are you?
No, I'm
sorry.
Scott.
I keep calling you Joe. I'm sorry, I'm in the Joe Millionaire. Scott.
Joe.
Now, Scott, you came in here and you were kind of you were dressed a great deal differently than you are today. Today you are you're dressed up. Did you dress up for this occasion? Was that the reason?
No, this is the work outfit.
Oh, the work outfit. Okay, all right, very good.
All right, Anna, let me
I have
ask.
to come clean. We didn't kiss.
You didn't kiss? There was no kissing at
I
all?
don't want his people, his family, and everything.
So how was the dinner?
Oh, it's excellent.
You can have sex without kissing, though.
Yeah, it's true. It's the way it's done with most hookers.
That was the magical place you sent us.
Oh, the Palm? Didn't Tommy take care of you? Tommy, the world-famous manager?
Tommy talked on your tape, and Tommy was...
Oh, hey, what a little added treat.
Tommy Giacomo. Before we hear what happened on the Senior Bachelorette, Anna, on a scale of 1 to 10, please to rate the date.
Oh, it's a 10.
It was a 10.
Perfect date. He's a wonderful gentleman. He's gorgeous. Look at those blue eyes. He's such a nice man.
Scott?
I couldn't have...
Yes, sir.
Please to rate the date.
Oh, it was at least a 10, maybe a 10.5.
At least.
There was never any lack of conversation. The conversation came easily to both of you.
Yeah, except when the food first came, there was a little silence.
Well, that's normal.
We were a little hungry.
You both dug in. What did you enjoy for dinner, Anna?
Oh, it started off with a shrimp cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
And then Scott and I, Stan and I.
You had it right the first time.
Scott, I thought...
Wait, is his name Stan?
No. Scott and I shared a salad.
Did you give him the old reach around at all? You know, under the table?
With a foot, you mean? Or you lifted
well, no, I mean, either with your foot or did that at one point.
We can ask what the dining configuration was. Was it sitting across from one another, or was it the side corner thing, you know?
Across from each other.
Across from each other.
Very nice.
And I must say that they put us right out in, full view. They didn't hide us away. We had a wonderful
You had, like,
table.
what they would call an A table?
Power table.
Power table.
All right, well, let's roll the tape, and we'll... Tape number 2, Robbie, and we'll stop and pepper you with questions.
Very good.
This was Valentine's night. Anna, Scott.
Yes, Anna, 62 years young, and Scott, you are...
I'm 24.
24.
24. Here we go. Let's see what happened on their date.
All right, it's on now. Red light's on.
Okay, but how about this? Did he
As long as the red light's on.
It doesn't matter.
If you hit this the other way...
I see it's on, okay.
Sounds to me like a Joe Ardinger production.
Yes, well, they're figuring out the equipment.
We go. Here we are.
Here we are. It's not an interview here.
I was trying to get him...
You were trying to what?
I was trying to get him to talk, and he said it's not an interview.
You made a gesture like you were grabbing something. You were trying to get him to come out of his shell?
The microphone open.
All right, that's the microphone you were indicating with your hand?
All
right, okay.
Yes.
It looked like something else.
I was trying to get him and then, fill in the blank.
No.
You look like you're doing the J.O. thing.
No, not at all.
No. That didn't happen?
No.
Did the horse leave the barn at all during the night?
The horse stayed in the stable.
Really? Did he want to poke his head out?
He wouldn't have minded a peek here or there.
Hey, there you go. All right.
Dang. Right on.
Did the horse ever, rear up in his haunches?
Is the horse gay?
Oh, my God.
Oh! No.
So you're not
I'm not Craig Wilson-ish,
okay.
if you will.
All right, gotcha. Okay.
That was an interesting question. Came out of the blue. You just got a theory?
Well, I'm just wondering.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's interesting.
There's not that there would be anything.
No, there's anything wrong with
it. You never know.
You never know.
Do you get the feeling he's hetero?
Oh, yes. I think, we talked a lot about things like that.
Life,
dating and life and love and,
Sure.
Did you feel her boobies?
No, I didn't.
You did not?
No boobage.
Did you ever figure the equipment out? The taping equipment?
That equipment.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, that could have been misconstrued. No, I meant the audio equipment. Did you figure it out?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Very good.
Let's go back to the tape and we'll find out. Here we go.
Oh, God. Good Lord, to go in there and turn... Oh,
It's going to be cool.
is she? I don't know. What do we say?
He explained, oh, Lord. Hey, was that when Scott exposed himself?
Well, traffic was horrendous. We turned it off.
Who's driving? Scott?
I drove.
I dropped my car there. He just turned in with me. We still have to pay.
Yeah.
What's that
How
one?
much?
We're leaving the Metro
Okay.
parking garage right now.
All right.
Where we had to pay the $2.25, I think,
Just to go ahead.
to turn around.
Bastards.
You want $2.25?
That's ridiculous.
You can drop me at the door next time.
It's
Thank
slothful.
you.
I tried to tell her.
225 in there and turn around.
Yeah.
You should have said, "Do you know who I am?" Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We have
Does this pick up at all, or is this kind of the tempo of what we're going to hear?
That's going to be it, pretty much. We just talked, and then the traffic was really bad, and we turned that off. We turned it off during the traffic.
Okay, when do we get to the restaurant?
Then we get to the restaurant.
All right, well, let's give this a second more.
Let's listen to them driving. Conversation.
You make out till you're there.
Hey, you're talking about making out.
And we have to buy drinks.
I'm telling you, I wasn't a fan of that action.
Well, how would they know? How would they know that he's drank?
Hey, little conspiracy from Anna. I understand what you're doing.
Now, that was how would we know if they drank?
And they just added it onto the tab. We probably wouldn't.
We would not. Okay.
Listen, Don. Listen, Don and Mike.
I think they're in on our plan now.
Now you know.
Oh, good.
Oh, no.
We give a little wink, wink.
Yeah. I have another glass of water. Okay, we are.
You guys are talking about getting liquored up already, right?
Yeah, we were waiting for that. Should be Elm Street exit.
So you're on Route 66, going downtown. Friday night, crowded night.
Driving with your left hand, Scott?
All right. The only way to go.
And what are you doing with your right hand?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little wandering.
Touching yourself?
Yes. Repeatedly.
24. I'm out with a 24-year-old good-looking man.
Now listen to that. That was a very, very concise statement. I am a 62-year-old woman. I am out with a 24-year-old man.
Right, and
good-looking.
Good-looking man.
Yeah.
It strikes me that Anna has just the right frame of mind for the date.
Yeah.
She's just out to have a good time. Isn't that right, Scott?
Oh, we had a great time from the get-go.
That's good.
Yeah.
Did you bring, Anna, may I ask you a personal question? Did you bring anything for moisture in case?
Wouldn't have needed it, darling.
Whoa! Okay. Bravo! I'm putting my hands together for that. There you go.
All right.
All right.
No need for any over-the-counter products.
Yes, sir.
Don't need that. Okay.
You ladies in the nursing home, just eat your heart out.
Now, is Scott driving fast, slow, medium?
Oh, God, she's a good driver.
He's a good driver? All right.
Drives just right. He's got nice music in his car.
Nice music in his car. What were you listening to? Rap?
He had a tape.
I don't remember, to be honest with you, just flipping through the radio stations, I think. 49.
Oh, that's so hard. She'll beat you over the head when she hears about this.
Is that your mom's age, 49?
Correct, that is it.
Yeah.
Did we mention that Scott's pants were off at this point?
With the leather seats, it's kind of sticky, but,
So this would be, as far as the tape goes, the boring part of the tape?
Yes.
Let's fast forward to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good.
Let's get through this. Now, we do appreciate the fact that you did tape every second of this date as we had asked you.
That's terrific.
But we're going to fast forward now to arriving at the restaurant.
Okay.
And it's always a tough task, Don. I think we've all done it on the show when we have to go out and about and tape things, and it's not easy.
Well,
You heard the nervous chatter between these two.
I remember the Dennis Murphy at my house thing when I had to tape, and it was just so tedious.
I remember myself with Tom when I had to go to lunch with Tom.
You know what a pain in the ass it is,
Yeah. All right, you got it, Robbie?
we had a great time here
Right.
tonight.
Oh, you did?
Yes, we had time together tonight. I
Really?
I count that as a big bonus.
It's a bonus. That's good.
Yeah.
Anything happen here?
Anything happen here?
Anything in the green room?
Oh, well, no.
Oh, okay.
We wouldn't do that in case everybody was going by looking.
Well, the green room door does have a lock on it.
Oh.
Is there a chance you two will remain in some type of contact after this episode is over?
Oh, very much so. I gave her my business card in the green room.
There you go. Really? Fantastic. You do seem to like each other. I mean, you do genuinely like each other. I don't sense any real, and there is no awkwardness. There seems to be, a good chemistry here.
Would you ever ask her out again?
You never know.
No, that means no.
Yeah, I'll call you next week.
All right, hold on. I think we're up to the part. Are they at dinner now? Okay, they're at the Palm. Can I help you?
Have you been greeted by Tommy yet?
Now 8:30, and we're just arriving.
You're just arriving, correct.
Thanks for the update. We appreciate that.
We had a little trouble finding it.
It's all right. That limo would have paid off, though.
Oh, shut up, Scott.
Really good sport. God bless him. I picked the right one, I can tell you that.
Oh, she's already happy.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
Really good.
I picked the right one.
Is she kind of rubbing up against you when she's saying that?
I believe so.
Yeah, very good. It was a comment that was kind of a nuzzling comment. I picked the right one. Purr.
I don't know.
Now, are you waiting in line now at the little outside area where the maitre d' stand is?
Yeah.
I like a
We're ordering already. You missed Tommy.
Oh, we missed it.
Captain Cook.
Wow.
Well,
Can't tell you how
but you
riveting
came up
this
to the table. You could leave it, Robbie, actually, because he comes over to the table and talks.
Well, he's funny to listen to.
Well, you know, I think maybe it's better just to give these two the Inquisition rather than sit through much more of this tape.
Why, you don't think the tape's interesting?
No.
Taking care of the chick and the guy here. They look really hot.
Back.
All right, back it up there.
Now, see, he adds a little flavor to it.
That's the guy who's the manager of the Palm Restaurant.
Right there.
You got it?
Still in the car.
You can just flip that little thing up on the microphone.
Sounds like that tape from Goodfellas. Yeah, here we go.
Aren't you dead yet?
There it is.
Hey, who loves you, baby? Tommy loves you. Taking care of the chick and the guy here. They look really hot. I'll check back with you later. Over and out, Roger.
Busy night at the Palm?
And let me tell you.
Extremely busy.
Let me tell you that.
It's Tom in busy mode.
He came back a couple. You got it.
Well, that tape is worthless. We appreciate the fact that you taped it.
Yes, it was wonderful. You made the effort.
Of course, the highlight when I go to the bathroom and tape myself urinating. That's a highlight.
You have that?
Yes, that's on the tape.
Is that worth us actually taking the time to find it and listen to it?
It's about a minute of urination.
And now that he said that, I don't believe we could play it.
Right, yeah. If you would have alluded to it without saying it.
Exactly.
But
I let that cat out of the hat.
You went for about a minute, huh?
And your waiter was a nice guy. Was it one of the old guys or one of the young guys?
His name was Dino. He was excellent.
White-haired guy?
No, young.
Okay.
Kind of young.
Right.
Young, short hair.
Young. Now, when you got done with the date, let me ask Anna, what kind of reaction did you get from your friends on Saturday? Were your friends calling you and saying, what happened with this guy?
Well, they weren't asking me that, but they were all calling to find out what happened and where did we go and what did we do and blah, blah, blah. My phone rang constantly all day Saturday and Sunday.
Now, do you think that, Anna, do you think that this, participating in this, which took obviously a lot of guts on your part and a lot of chutzpah, I think, to do this, and you don't strike me as as an over-the-top pushy woman at all. You're very mellow, but you had the guts to do this. Do you think this will help you as you date guys that are, a little older than Scott here? Do you think that'll help you in your love life?
Yes, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Surely you'll get all kinds of calls from 50-year-olds saying,
yeah,
pass my number on Anna.
Now, if
that's true.
If, for instance, right now, we're going to have to go to a break, but if during the break some 50-year-old guys called up, would you want to talk to them on the air?
Would you screen them a little bit just to do a little interview? You don't have to make any commitment.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, and Scott, did you get a lot of calls from your buds over the weekend asking you how things went?
Yeah, I did.
Would you ask the same question of Scott if there was a woman in her 20s out there that was interested, that's heard Scott and heard the way he treated Anna?
Gorgeous girl.
Would you be willing to entertain any phone calls from our listening audience?
Oh, I'm a gamer.
Okay. All right.
And now I know that you said nothing happened, but Anna, I'm sure you must have at least thought about what it would be like to be with him.
I said, God, why am I so old?
Oh.
Why couldn't I have been 20, 30 years younger?
Could you
He is just the perfect.
please to rate him fantasy-wise as a lover? I know you did not have intercourse.
Very good. Like in a fantasy world, and your idea on a scale of 1 to 10, what Scott would be as a lover, Anna?
Oh, he would absolutely be a 10.
A 10.
Please to rate his penis size.
I have imagined, but
You what?
I would imagine,
What?
it's perfect.
It's perfect.
She imagines your penis is perfect.
Right.
And if Anna was 24, rate her on a scale of 1 to 10, Scott.
Oh, I'll say probably a 9.
A 9, very good.
A 9. And please to rate her vagina.
In what way?
Well, why don't you just say perfect?
Beauty. Beauty.
Beauty probably a 9.
Probably a 9.
It depends on how things are kept down there, of course.
And we never asked that of Anna. Anna
I didn't say that.
What was that?
Strike that.
Did I hear flavor?
Yes, you did. I'm sorry, I'm being very bad. I'm misbehaving.
Anna, we have not asked you this about your feminine area.
Oh, I grew myself very well.
How does your garden grow?
It's very trim.
Very, very trim.
And nice. I do. I know how to do that.
Now, is it landing strip? Is it Jean Benet? Or is it more like the piece of pie? I mean, is it like triangle?
It's a landing strip.
Hey,
landing strip.
There you go. Wow. Well, I would say the 50-year-old men are going to be calling in gross.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you, I wanted to say, really, to change the subject.
You want to change the subject?
I want to say how much I appreciate all the guys that came. And all of them were very, very nice. It was, it was very nice of them to come out here. I really thought they were all beautiful. Didn't you think they were all gorgeous?
No. I'm just thinking about how many times you've used the word come.
Oh, well, anyway, those guys, I do appreciate it, and I appreciate
that they all came.
That's wonderful. I think that's terrific.
And thank you very much.
I'm a little dizzy right now.
You're very welcome. Mike, I love the dynamic that now you are...
I was the one that brought up that other thing, and then you just continued, and you win as usual.
You're a little uneasy discussing.
You win as usual. I mean, I can't,
Well, it's not nice to...
Touche. Fool Mother Nature. Why don't we leave it as that?
Let me just say this. You appreciate us, and we appreciate the fact that you have a landing strip.
And it's the same line of questioning we would ask any woman 40 years younger than Anna. That's right.
I listen to your show.
Absolutely.
Let me see. I might have a call for you already, Anna. Hello, Don and Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's this?
It's Lou from Fairfax.
Hello, Lou.
How you doing?
Hey, Lou.
How old are you, Lou?
40.
40?
40.
Yeah.
How would you feel about going out with a 40? First off, which one are you calling for?
Anna.
Anna. And why you're calling for Anna? Is there anything you'd like to say to Anna?
Oh, I'd like to get together with Anna. She sounds like she'd be a great time.
Oh, yeah, was 42 young, Anna?
40 is great. What did he say, 40?
Yeah, he's 40.
Would you like to ask him any questions, Anna?
Will you ask him who he looks like?
Yes, a celebrity you most resembles.
Celeb. Who do you most look like, Lou?
Oh, let's see. Nowadays, used to look like Tom Cruise.
How about nowadays?
Nowadays, probably an older Tom Cruise.
Older Tom.
What do you do, Lou?
Right now, I have a landscaping company, and I'm in school.
We have found generally when guys say Tom Cruise, it's like the universal code for ugly. The guys who think they look like Tom Cruise.
And you're going to college, Lou?
Yeah, finishing up my master's.
Finishing up your master's.
Yeah.
Did you say finishing up your master's degree?
Yes, master's.
Educated guy.
I'm going to throw him back. Or do you want to keep him online?
No, that's...
okay. Yeah, hear that? You're being rejected, sir.
No, thank you.
I think there was a creepy quality that we all picked up on there.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hello?
Yeah, who is this?
I'm James. I wanted to go out with that girl.
That girl, that's good. How old are you, James?
I'm 47. She sounds wonderful.
Hey, now this sounds like an interesting guy here.
Oh, I'm about as interesting as they come, baby.
Are you really 47?
You know, give or take a few years.
No, this is a young guy pretending to be an old
He's like doing that Rooney thing. Have Sloan out in front of the school.
Don and Mike show. Hello.
Hey, Rhoda, how are you?
Hey, hi.
Hey, I'm loving this segment. I'm the treasurer of the Beach Towel Club. I want to hear with the sex quiz.
Oh, we've not given either one of them the sex quiz. Perhaps we'll do that after the break.
It's a wonderful idea.
We'll do
Great
that.
show, thanks.
We'll do that after the
Two
break.
tumbling dickweeds.
Right.
Don Geronimo and Michael Mara.
So we're gonna break. Obviously, the tape of your dinner was something we could not sit through.
Yeah, that was a little slow moving, but there still seems to be energy in this room.
Sure does.
The critics love Snatch.
And Anna's got a landing strip. Scott, what would you like to say about your pubic area?
Neatly groomed.
That's what I said.
Do you really groom your pubic hair?
I got to keep it, so it's not in shambles down there.
What, do you shave your balls?
No shaving involved. That's a little risky.
Mike, why are you wearing your headphones on your eyes?
Because I feel oogie.
Why do you feel oogie, Mike?
We're talking about landing strips and shaving balls.
You're not just... here's a guy who lost to Scott. You might remember Stanley.
Oh, yes.
Stanley's on the phone. Hi, Stan.
How's it going?
Okay.
Hi,
Look.
Stan.
How you doing, Anna?
Great.
Look, I was wondering if, since I was kind of a runner-up, you'd want to maybe, go out sometime.
And that's taking her out on your own, Stosh?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Wow. You remember Stanley, Anna?
Oh, he's the school teacher.
Yeah.
He's asking you out on a legitimate date.
I'd love to.
She said she'd love to, Stanley.
Okay.
Listen, how about that?
Hey, Stan.
Yeah.
Could you leave
Great
the
news.
number?
Great news. She's got a landing strip.
That's why I called in.
You really want him to leave his number?
Yes, please.
All right, hold on a second.
Right. She likes Stanley. Stanley's one of the top three, right, Anna? Wasn't he one of your finalists? Yeah.
Wow.
That's great.
Great poem. Did you hear that?
He had a great poem.
Oh.
See, she remembers.
Wow.
62 years old and a memory like that.
So now that guy is going to go out with Anna in real life, like not through us on a radio tape.
And here we were foolishly searching for 50-year-olds.
There you go.
I know we have to do a break. We'll give the sex quiz. One more person wants to ask you out, Anna.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello, Anna. How you doing?
Hey, Dennis.
Hey, Anna.
Yes.
Can I have the honor to take you out one night, please?
Dennis, I know your history. You go out with all kinds of women.
No, but
I wouldn't feel so special. And not after all the women you've had.
That would be a no,
I have dated a 61-year-old before.
I know, I
No, Dennis, you're being shot down by Anna.
Anna, are you saying no?
I'm sorry, Dennis.
Okay, Anna. Well, you could try.
All right, I'll look forward to hearing you on the radio.
Dennis, what about Scott? How come you're not asking Scott?
What? Hell no.
Oh, yes. You mean you're not gay?
No.
Not this week.
How are your teeth?
Things are doing well.
Have you had any work done in the last 6 months?
Well, last 2 months I have.
Last 2 months? What has been done to your teeth?
Oh, the cleaning the teeth and all that.
Cleaning the teeth?
Yeah.
Is that now? That's a legitimate trip to the dentist, or are you just chewing dog biscuits?
No, that's like getting a trip to the dentist. I'm waiting to get a job so I can go to the dentist.
Well, then why didn't I'm going to put you on hold. Why don't you set up a time to come down here and let Mike and I examine those dog teeth of yours?
Because, really, there was a time when we were going to get a dentist to do the work for free.
That would be fine. I need to get some suggestions on what I should do.
All right.
Okay. Hold on, Dennis.
Okay, guys. Nice speaking with you all again.
Hold on.
Hey, Mike.
What?
A nice guest experience. It took me 2 days to show the Michael out.
Dennis had nice death experience, is what he was talking about.
It was a compliment.
Yes, it was.
Right.
You know what? You're looking for a suggestion, Dennis. I'm going to stick to what we said a year ago.
What?
Have all your teeth pulled and get really nice, shiny fake teeth like Regis Philbin.
Yeah, dentures.
That's a good idea.
It's a great idea. Is
All
what
right,
it is.
let's part as friends. Bye.
Okay, do you want me to go on? You want to put it on hold?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
If we brought a legitimate dentist down here to really see if maybe that was the recommendation, that he have all his teeth pulled.
Yeah! There we go.
Dennis, why don't you take us to break and highlight that when we come back, we'll give both Anna and Scott the sex quiz. Go ahead.
Okay, Don and Mike will be like that, and when we come back, Anna and Scott will get the sex quiz. We'll be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
The Howard Stern Show. On 106.7 W.
I wish Anna would go with me. I would show her a good...
Exploding manhole covers in Georgetown once again. M Street will be shut down just west of Wisconsin Avenue. Westbound traffic can't get any further than Wisconsin Avenue. Southbound 34th Street can get on M Street go west. Inbound Key Bridge is closed. Traffic's brought to you by AOL Local Washington. Great entertainment ideas around town. Visit America's #1 online city entertainment guide. AOL Local Washington, available AOL Keyword Washington on the web, digitalcity.com. Here, roughly Don and Mike Show, WJFK.
And then I will hold your hand. I will kiss it. And I will look into your beautiful eyes. Anna, please change your mind. Anna, please.
Shut up.
Anna, please.
WJFK-FM, Manassas, Washington, D.C.
And listen, if it's any help to you, I think you did the right thing.
Really? You're not just saying that?
No, I mean it. Really. But you two didn't get along. You said it yourself. All you ever did was fight.
You're right. Thank you. That's all we ever did. I'm telling you, we fought, and then we had great sex.
The Don and Mike Show. They take the tugboat to Tuna Town. Don and Mike.
All right, we're here with Anna, with Scott from Senior Bachelorette. Happy couple. The tape was useless.
But that's okay. They were just too busy looking into each other's eyes.
Scott, we're getting no calls for you. No offense, my friend. All right. But here's another guy for Anna. Hello, Jake.
Yeah, this is Jake. How you doing?
Hi, Jake. We're doing great.
Hey, she sounds pretty interesting. I caught the programming about a couple of days ago. I literally just got back from Florida as we speak. I just left the coast, the Outer Banks.
Now, hold on, Jake. We had a reaction from Anna there when he said he just got back from Florida. You seem to be very, very emotional with that. What was that reaction, Anna? Explain that to us, please. You
look like you were throwing up.
No.
You didn't like the whole Florida thing, or what?
What's wrong with Florida? Florida's warm.
Well, let's wait now. Jake,
hold on.
Keep your pants on.
Was it his delivery, or was it what he was saying?
Oh, God, I wish I hadn't have done that.
Or do you know this guy? Please just share with us, Anna. We're all friends here.
Don't worry about hurting his feelings.
Oh, well, I just, I like guys that don't explain so much.
All right, goodbye, loser.
All right. Way to go. That wasn't so bad, was it? You see, you're just honest about your feelings, and Don cuts them loose.
That's good.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Yeah, Don and Mike.
Hi.
How you doing?
We're doing great, thanks.
Good. Listen, I was calling about something else, but it was so far ago, it seems like it was yesterday's show.
What were you calling about?
I was calling about you went over the top 5 list of songs for Dangerous Times.
Yeah.
But there's only one song for Dangerous Times.
What's that?
Lawyers, Guns, and Money.
Send lawyers, guns, and money. The F has hit the fan.
Right. Gotcha. Thank you, my
friend. Would have loved to finish it
Okay.
when you were talking.
Hey.
All right, let's give both Anna and Scott the sex quiz.
I'm ready. Yeah. You save the best for last?
Do his first.
All right. I think we'll go Kim then her. I
think it'll be easier for Anna, who's a little awkward about taking the sex quiz, if you ask them both the same questions simultaneously.
Scott? Have you ever been in a three-way or enjoyed group sex? Nope. Anna? Have you ever been in a three-way or enjoyed group sex?
No.
Yeah, see, tons of things in common.
Scott? Have you ever had sex with a woman while she's menstruating?
Yes.
Anna? Have you ever had sex while you're menstruating?
Yes.
Sidebar.
Okay.
How long ago?
Oh,
you are horrible. How long ago did that stop?
God.
I had a total hysterectomy quite some time ago.
See, but for me, what that means
time.
is, if I was a single successful guy, what it means is It's totally safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't have to
rock
wear
and roll.
any kind of protection.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You won't have to worry about having your picture in the Weekly World News.
Scott, have you ever had a...
Exactly. See, she is a sharp lady. She gets our show.
That's right.
She knew that.
Scott, have you ever had a homosexual experience?
No.
Anna, have you ever had a lesbian experience?
No.
Okay. Scott, have you ever made love in your parents' home?
Yes.
Anna, have you ever made love in your parents' home?
Yes.
There you go, bad girl. Scott, have you enjoyed hot interracial sex?
No.
Anna, have you enjoyed hot interracial sex?
No.
Scott, have you ever J.O.'d in front of others?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Anna, have you ever J.O.'d in front of others?
No.
Scott, have you ever had sex in a public place?
Yes.
See, I'm trying to change the music here. We go.
We're all tracking with that.
Anna, have you ever had sex in a public place?
Yes.
Wow.
Scott, have you ever been filmed or photographed while having sex?
Not to the best of my knowledge.
Not to the best of your knowledge.
Probably no.
Did someone take a clandestine picture of you or something?
You never know what's going on.
You never know what's going on. All right.
That's a yes. Anna, have you ever been filmed or photographed while having sex?
No.
No. Scott, have you ever had sex in the no-no?
No.
Good for you. Anna, you ever had sex in the no-no?
No.
No.
That's my girl.
Hey, they're both doing pretty well, Buzz.
Yes, they are.
Scott, this question is not for you. Anna, do you swallow?
No, I don't like to.
Very, very definitive on that answer.
But do you? I mean, have you?
I guess maybe some a little, but I don't like that.
Unfortunately, she doesn't like it, but she's going to get credit for it.
She has. Scott, I'm going to amend this a little bit. Hey, did you J.O. this weekend?
Yes.
Oh, my boy. He's wonderful.
I don't get that, but that's what you get. You got a "you're wonderful" out of that, Scott.
Wow.
Anna, did you J.O. this weekend?
No.
Okay, Scott, have you J.O.'d today?
No.
No. Anna, have you J.O.'d today?
No.
Scott, have you ever had sex in a car?
Yes.
Anna, have you ever had sex in a car?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Baby. Scott, have you ever had a one-night stand or sex with a stranger?
Does it count if it's at the time? A stranger?
Yes.
Then yes.
Anna, have you ever had a one-night stand or sex with a stranger?
Yes.
Final question, Scott, to the nearest 5, 10, 50, 100, or 1,000, what do you estimate your total number of sexual partners to be? 5.
Wow.
5.
He is absolutely wonderful.
Yes, he's only 24.
Boy.
Christ. Anna, to the nearest 5, 10, 100, 50, 1,000, whatever it is, what do you estimate your total number of sexual partners to have been, Anna?
A lot. I came up the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
I was very blessed.
Wow, you were blessed.
You got to give us that number, honey.
Oh, well, say them again.
Okay, to the nearest 10, 50, 100, or 1,000.
Let's say 100.
Whoa! Let's say that.
Bravo! Let's say it.
Bravo!
I don't know that one.
Wow. How'd they do, Buzz?
Buzz? Very well. Very impressive. Scott had 8 yes answers and 5 partners. Anna had 6 yes answers and 100 partners.
Wow. Well, she's been around a lot longer than Scott has.
That's right.
Way to go.
And Scott, by the time you're 62, we certainly hope your number is closer to 100.
Me too.
It doesn't get any better than this.
All right, we got a break. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Okay.
Hey, I have a question for Anna. Does she have adult children?
Do you have adult children, Anna?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask her if you'd had sex in her adult children's home.
No, I don't have any children.
What was that? What?
You wanted to ask her if she's had sex with her adult children?
In the home.
And their home.
Oh, at home.
In the home.
I
don't care if they're adults. That is a sick question.
Goodbye, Dick. All right, Anna Scott, thank you very much. Round of applause.
Way to go,
Anna.
Great job. Nice job, Anna. You're dying to get out of here. Thank you for our
senior bachelorette. Don't be a stranger, Scott. Congratulations, Anna. Please let us know everything that happens.
Bye-bye.
In the future with you guys.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye-bye now.
Bye there.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
In a world where owning a radio was strictly forbidden, one man found a way to bring good news to his people.
Back in the day.
He made it up.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Pass the biscuits.
Back in the day.
Back in the day when it was free love.
Landing strip.
Mm-hmm.
Over 100.
Yeah, back in the day in the 60s.
Right.
She was wearing like a headband.
Buzz.
Yeah.
What's your lead story today?
Fox tries to find a way to go back to the Joe Millionaire well.
Oh,
yeah. How are they going to do that?
Stay tuned, everybody.
Stay tuned for news and comments coming up on the Don and Mike Show.
Don and Mike Show. That was very
professional.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
What's the word from Planet Crackpot?
The Don and Mike Show. Promoting testicular self-examination. The Don and Mike Show.
Right. Hey, Don and Mike, hello.
Hey, Don and Mike, how's it going?
Okay.
Hey, I gotta just question whether the gentleman and the lady that went out on Valentine's Day actually did it or not, because when he asked the question, have you ever had a one-night stand, he hesitated and asked, would that be somebody you just met and had sex with? And then he had to answer yes.
No, I don't think he was speaking about Anna at all.
No, I don't think so either.
No, the impression I got is that it was someone that he met, had a good time with, and then later became a friend with.
Right.
Some nice.
All right then.
Some nice fella.
But thanks for thinking about that, ass.
That's my theory on that
nice
guy.
Boy.
Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello. Yeah, hi.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, Buzz. This is the guy who says he wants to scoop you. Do you have a celebrity death for us, Buzz?
Yeah, I know of one, yes, as a matter of fact.
Buzz, write down your answer.
All right.
And Sir will see if Buzz, in fact, has the answer.
Now, let's play this game fairly. Sir?
Yes.
Write down your answer.
All right, we'll get the guy to tell us now. Buzz is showing us.
There's the answer.
And if that's the truth, I'm telling you right now, there will be no Don and Mike Show tomorrow. There will be.
Oh, no.
Will be it.
Man, can we take any more days off this week?
Can you? Who do you have, sir?
Johnny Paycheck. David.
Winner.
Buzz is the man. Buzz had it.
Buzz had it, so you didn't scoop him.
Buzz, you're the radio news guy.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Go to hell. Hey, that was for you.
He's already gone there.
Hung up.
Okay. And is this a joke or is it serious?
No, it's true. 1977's Take This Job and Shove It. Johnny Paycheck is dead.
Okay. Just give me a moment. All right, I'm better now. Are you all right, Don? Don?
His lip is quivering.
He meant a lot to both of us. I mean, really, when you think about the job, that he did and the song that he authored.
And the movie it inspired. Now, I take it I should send flowers to the widow Paycheck?
I've been working at this factory for nigh on 20 years. I mean, come on now. Can you argue with that?
Jesus Christ.
Man, oh, man.
Keep this news from Fez.
Yes. Fez is not going to be able to handle this.
Fez will not be able to handle this. I agree. And keep it from Huggy.
I mean, both you guys, honest to God, Matt, Ron, you're going to have to console your partners tonight.
Keep going, Buzz. Just plow through that. That wasn't your lead.
No, that wasn't the lead. This is the lead. The suits at the Fox Network. They're already thinking of ways to have another season of Joe Millionaire.
How can they do this?
I don't know. See, I mean, their thinking at first was what you're thinking now. Fox
Foreigners
figured this was a one-time only deal. What woman, they wondered, would ever fall for this scam again?
Really dumb people.
Actually, not a bad idea.
People that weren't even aware of Joe Millionaire.
But the ratings for Monday night's finale were so huge, the boys at Fox are bound to find a way to do it again. They say they'll try.
你都會答佢啊？
Chinese Joe Millionaire is the new
佢問
contestant.
你嗰啲每個飛機撞到佢點？
Now, to Fox's surprise, Joe Millionaire turned out to be bigger than American Idol, much bigger. The finale trounced the Michael Jackson specials on against it from ABC and NBC. In fact, even though Dateline posted solid ratings numbers, NBC and ABC combined could only pull half the numbers Fox was getting with Joe Millionaire. 40 million people were tuned into Joe Millionaire when he made his choice. At one point, Joe had a nearly 27 rating. That's about the same for the finale of Survivor's first season.
Oh, and you know what? This whole Michael Jackson thing.
Yeah.
Frankly, who cares if the guy who was interviewing him lied to him off camera?
Yeah, he was trying to stroke him, when he wasn't doing the editing.
You said stroke him. But I know. It's no big deal. Like, so the guy lied to Michael Jackson to get him to do the interview.
He's still bouncing his kid like a maniac on his knee, almost killing the kid.
BFD.
Now, Evan Marriott no doubt made his family proud by picking the nice girl over the gold-digging fetish video star.
What?
But in the final analysis, hi, Evan, is he a dumb guy or a smart guy?
Dumb. And how about his dad? We're proud of you. We're watching you. You're doing a fine job.
You know, Don, Dad keeps himself in shape. He's got a rocket body. Everybody's got a rocket body. You know, hey, they used rocket body.
Yeah, they did.
He was a small boy. He went to military school. He came out a big, strong, very confident man.
Hey, stop the car. Stop the car. Here's a construction site. They're bulldozing.
Executives at Fox say they still aren't sure if he's bright or dumb.
Mr. Marriott, why are you looking out the window in the middle of this biology class?
There's a guy with a shovel digging a ditch out there, and man, he's got a rocket body.
People at Fox say Evan did a string of interviews for their network and that the editors at Fox had to work overtime to make him sound like not so much of an idiot. Quoting a source at MSNBC, he was stumbling over words and couldn't finish a sentence. But they say they were surprised at how witty and nearly articulate Evan was when he did interviews for other networks.
Nearly articulate. Nearly articulate.
For him, that's saying something.
This am a good interview. Duh.
Yeah, that's very much like with when you get a black athlete,
right?
With one of the first things is that he's very well spoken.
Very well spoken.
You know, that was such a put down.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
And so is that.
He's almost articulate. Thank you, Evan.
That's what you would say, like, about an animal.
Mm-hmm. Well,
he's almost articulate.
Well, we're talking about Evan.
Yeah, but Marriott.
As we mentioned,
Joe.
Both ABC and NBC spent Monday night talking about Michael Jackson. Specifically, they focused on his apparent plastic surgeries. ABC's 2020 had The Many Faces of Michael Jackson. NBC's Dateline had Michael Jackson Unmasked. And NBC not only had the better ratings, it had the better material. ABC just had a plastic surgeon who says Michael has to have had more than the 2 jobs he admits.
What garbage. I mean, ABC deserves to lose in the ratings with that crap.
But NBC had a doctor who shares a practice with Michael's actual surgeon. And this doctor says Jackson was in that office every 6 to 8 weeks for a period of time. He says Jackson's had at least 50 procedures, 50.
Wow. 50.
At a cost of over $500,000.
FIDDY. Buzzy.
Yes.
BUZZY. Hold on, we'll be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Gosh, I hate to interrupt. It's all been so incredibly fascinating and entertaining and instructive. Really, the time has just flown by.
The Don and Mike Show. With or without lubricant, they're still 2 of the best jerks around. Don and Mike.
And don't forget our girl Anna. Yeah. NLR. No lubricant required. This reminder tomorrow night. Now, it's not a Las Vegas-style show. It's our new thing, a little more laid back. It's a meet and greet. It's a listener party. We'd like to see you tomorrow night. Thank you for listening to the show. We'll be in D.C. at the Acropolis. And stop 13 and 37 Connecticut Avenue Northwest. Starting at 8. Most of us will be there till at least 10. Mike will be there till it closes. Brought to you by Miller Lights. Come meet everybody except Joni and Chachi. Not going to be able to join us.
Okay.
So it'll be me and Mike and Robbie and Buzz.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure.
Joe.
Yeah. free booze, he'll be there.
Joe might be there late, too.
I mean, we're buying the booze for Joe. Anyway,
Right.
we can't buy booze for you guys.
No.
Right.
Because you might go out and kill some old lady on the street later, and then we'd be held responsible. What, Robbie?
Kill 2 old ladies.
2 old ladies worse than one.
So come down, have some free food.
Yeah.
Right. We'd love to meet you tomorrow night at the Acropolis in D.C. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Now here's Buzz.
The NBC special we were talking about just before the break, the one that was on against the finale of Joe Millionaire, the one about Michael Jackson, it also had a retired LAPD detective who says he was disturbed by the alarm system at Michael's Neverland house.
Private Dick.
He says it was wired to sound anytime anyone approached Michael's private bedroom, the room in which he hosts sleepovers with children. Macaulay Culkin, by the way, who was at some of those sleepovers, now says he told Michael to, quote, go to hell whenever the singer tried to hug him. The guy who ran security for Michael in those days says McCulkin did whatever he could to get away from Michael. He says the Neverland rides have extra small seats, forcing the kids to sit closer to Michael.
Homo alone.
And that he loved to give the kids long hugs after soaking them in a water balloon fight.
Jesus Christ.
Gets curiouser and curiouser.
Keep a file.
And like Elvis, Wacko Jacko just keeps on giving. A British website now says Michael actually had 4 chimps named Bubbles, not just the one. The website says every time a chimp would grow into an adult, Michael would dump it for a younger one, just like with Menudo.
That's what I wanted to do with my wives.
The site says Bubbles 1, 2, and 3, Bubbles 1, 2, and 3 are dead, and that the 4th lives at an undisclosed animal sanctuary.
And when you gave that sign, you meant CEAD.
No. That one, the 4th one, is still alive and living in an animal sanctuary.
But the other ones,
they're dead.
They're dead.
Yeah,
And when Buzz gives that thumbs up, he's pointing to heaven.
Right, yeah. The
animal heaven.
The monkeys are dead. Hold on, here is the hotline. Hello? Hello?
Oh, that was just rude.
That
Bastard.
was Bubbles 3.
Bastard.
B3.
You know what? I bet it was one of those Ron and Fez doofuses.
You guys have fun with them. I know Rob has a lot of fun
We're
with
very fond of both Ron and Fez.
Yes.
But frankly,
I like their doofuses, too.
Yeah, nice doofuses.
Those guys that produce that show, man, oh man.
Heckle and Jekyll.
Doofuses. They call 1,000,000 times. Hello, D.C.? This is New York. Can you hear us?
And Rob does his impersonation of Cameron.
And Cameron comes and he's the board op. He comes in during the break
and says, "This is Rob."
What they do. Cameron spends like 10 minutes in here just going, "Hello, New York. Can you hear us? Come in, New York. Hello, New York."
Right.
Ridiculous.
It's crazy.
In sports, it'll be weeks before we know for sure, but the medical examiner that has jurisdiction over the Orioles training camp says ephedrine played a part in the death of pitcher Steve Beckler. So far, the Emmy has learned that Beckler had borderline high blood pressure, didn't eat much the day he died, took 3 instead of the recommended 2 of the ephedrine supplement, and continued to work out even though he was dizzy. Ephedra has been banned by the NFL and the Olympic Committee, but not by Major League Baseball. And there was another scare at the already jittery O's training camp today.
Buzz?
Yes?
That bird has flown.
Don Geronimo, CSI.
Hey, Buzz?
Yes?
What was that guy's name?
His name was Steve Beckler.
Okay. Just wait for the paper cue.
Still in.
3 strikes and you're out.
Hey, and they're right down there where CSI Miami might be able to come up there and check it out.
Except Mike, CSI Miami, taped in L.A.
Really?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Oh, color me guilty. Of bad judgment.
Well, there was another scare at the jittery O's training camp today when pitcher Jason Johnson collapsed from a diabetic episode.
JJ.
God.
Yeah.
JJ, they're going to play ball again, JJ.
And finally, a guy in New Zealand has been sentenced to 200 hours of community service after a kind of drunken driving charge. He wasn't in a car. He was on a bar stool. A motorized bar stool.
Where do you get that, Rob? Let's get one.
Police spotted him zipping down the road on that stool with his ass on fire.
Yeah.
He told police it was a party gag. He also told them he'd had a few drinks.
Wow.
I'm Buzz Burbank on the Don and Mike Show.
Daddy won. Hey, listen, June 22nd, boys. We gotta go. Rob's birthday's first, March 8th, Mike.
Oh, he gets his bar stool first.
That's it. We've got to go. Thank you for a great show. Back tomorrow with a new one. Tomorrow night, see you at the Acropolis in D.C. for directions. Call 202-912-8444. Good day to you, sir.
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 Hey, Vava.
Can I push in your stool?
Vava.
It finally comes out.
Eaters.
Till we meet again, this is Sammy Davis Jr. saying, be kind, be nice, and I hope the next performer has the pleasure of having as nice an audience as you've been tonight. And let me leave you swinging.